Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Speed 5. Of course, I'm here with Kenor, and it is the Season 2 finale of Masters of Universalis.
It is. It's also seasonal greetings.
It is, yes.
See what I did?
Yes, I did see that.
I'm very punny today. That's the only joke you're going to get.
Yeah, all right.
After that,
because you are so jokeless all the time.
I'm going to be very serious. I am super excited though.
I am as well. It's been a good season. It's been different than last season.
It's since we changed from 90 minutes to 60 minutes for the challenges. It's been a bit snappier.
Yeah, and new casters as well has kind of added a different twist and new players except for Traxium.
Yep.
So, but we do have some new finalists for this season.
Exactly.
Which is super exciting.
We have two people that haven't been in a Masters of Universalis Speed 5 hosted final before, and we are going to be talking with them soon. But for those that don't remember, it's Aldrahill and
Florryworry.
Exactly.
Yes.
Both very excited to be here. I'm very excited to see them play. Maybe we should go over how the finale actually differs from a normal episode. Normally, of course, we have 4 players here, and they each take part in one duel, and then they're kind of like they're done for the day.
Yes.
When we go to the final, of course. It's slightly different. It's a best of 3.
Yes.
Yesterday, you posted the challenges to our Discord and also to our players. And earlier today, we asked them to pick one, which means that Aldrahill has picked a challenge and Flurry has picked a challenge as well.
Yes.
Those are the first 2 challenges we're going to play. If it's a tie after that, we are going to go to the tiebreaker.
That nobody liked or wanted.
Exactly. The final challenge no one liked.
So why don't we take a look at our leaderboard?
Yes. So here is the tale of how each player got here. I mean, there is no denying that Flurry put together a very impressive performance, winning all duels in the weeks leading up to this, coming into the final with a 3 wins, 0 losses. Aldrahill, on the other hand, won 2 and lost 1. And shockingly, the person he lost to was Flurry.
So shocked. I'm floored.
So possible redemption time for Aldrahill here. I'm very excited to see what this boils down to, especially considering last season where we had Leith and Traxium, and Leith came in undefeated and then lost.
Traxium surprised us with that.
Yeah.
He was 2-0.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. I was sitting there like, really? Wow. Leith went in there completely undefeated and then lost both of those challenges. So we can't really sit there and say definitively Flurry's got this. Do we think that Flurry probably has it? I would imagine, but you never know. It could be the underdog, which is amazing.
Well, I mean, hopefully we can get some idea from our players if they think they're going to win this one or not. We are partial to a bit. The correct amount of trash talk.
Yes, we are. And before we actually go to our players, just a note, if you guys want to go onto our Discord, the challenges are posted, and we encourage all of you to actually go and play them. And you can put them, screenshot it into our EU4 discussions, and you never know, you might end up on the next season of Masters of Universalis. I kind of have an idea of who I would like to invite for next season, but we'll see how that goes.
Yep.
We will be contacting people, at least someone, hopefully within the next month or so. So you never know, you might be able to play against someone like Flurry.
Yeah, I mean, our intention has always been to use both streamers or YouTube content creators, but also people from the community that just really loves to play the game.
Yeah, and there have been some really interesting discussions on Discord about some of our challenges, because a lot of people, especially this last week, we had more people actually do our challenges this last week.
Yeah.
And a lot of what I got back was, oh my God, this was so difficult on Speed 5. This was a difficult challenge. And I had a lot of, a good handful of people that were able to get all of them, but it took sometimes 6 tries. So, not surprising, it's these 2 particular areas. So when you play the Aztecs and the Incas, are actually pretty difficult to play. I want to say, at least with the Incas, I think it took me 4 or 5 times of actually playing it to form it. Maybe that's just me being a bad player, but to actually be able to learn the area and not have Europe come over and stomp on your face is pretty big. And we're asking them to do it on speed 5 with someone, commenting on their style of play, which in and of itself can be stressful. We add that challenge to speed 5, and then we have someone kind of commentating on how you're doing, which is, and you really got to, think on your feet. You can't really pause. You can't sit there and Google anything. You're just stuck. So it is more difficult than what you would just do playing at home. But everybody was able to do it. So if you think you have the know-how and the willingness to do this, please go onto our Discord and talk to us.
Yeah, all I want for Christmas is, well, actually, that's not true. There's a bunch of stuff I want for Christmas. Peace on Earth, for example, and Earth, both of them.
He would like to talk.
I would like to not be tongue-tied, but yeah, please go do them. Should we talk to our players?
Let's talk to our players. Good evening. Oh, Aldrahill. I gotta say, I love the Santa hat. I don't think we can hear him.
No, it seems like we might not have player audio here.
I can hear him.
Okay,
okay.
So we have Flurry then. Flurry, what do you think of Aldrahill's Santa hat?
He said, it's very nice. It's very warm under here.
Translate for me.
There he is. There he is. Hi, Aldra. I love your Santa hat.
Right. It's fine. Just Florry can translate. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, Aldrahill actually did pick the first challenge that we're going to do today. And Aldrahill, would you like to tell everyone what you picked?
I am playing One Poor because of the wonderful Taj Mahal.
And also, I guess we should go through what the actual challenge is. So
that would help, yeah.
Yes. So we're playing Splendor of India, starting out with the goal of, as a nation starting in India, maximize your stored quantity of Splendor by the end of the Age of Discovery or after 60 minutes, whichever comes first. I don't know what's going on with my something with words today.
He can't English today.
I can't. I'll swap over to Swedish and we'll see if that's better or if I'm more understandable. Aldra, why did you pick this one?
I picked this one because it seemed like the most interesting one, and I had some fun doing some tests. And I like the idea of going for Splendor rather than just direct conquest.
Mm-hmm. And you were saying, what nation did you pick for this one?
Yes, I'm playing as One Poor, who start with the Taj Mahal, which gives you Splendor eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Flurry, on your end, we let Aldra have the first pick going into this as you are undefeated. What do you think of this challenge?
Oh, I think it's quite interesting indeed. There's several ways that you can approach this. I think I'm going to be playing as the Vijayanagar because I like the color yellow, and they have a lot of coastline, so you can go places.
Well,
I like going places.
That's not at all cryptic. Thank you very much. With that said, we did, as we saw the pics live in our fancy production text chat, Flurry, you picked your challenge second. If you'd picked first, would you have gone for Splendor of India?
Yes.
I knew that he was going to say that, and there's a reason why I knew he was going to say that, because he definitely was not streaming this today. I definitely didn't watch him.
Let's have a look and go through the second challenge that Flurry picked then, which is Sweden is not overpowered. The fact that the title is not Sweden is not overpowered, you guys, is I'll have to talk with Count Krista about that. But the goal, regardless, is as Sweden field the largest army by count of divisions, subject divisions count. So 60 minutes to get the largest army. Initial reactions, Flurry. How? Give us a number. What are you aiming for this one?
500,000.
Okay. Fair
I
enough.
totally believe him.
Aldra, are you going for a bigger number than 500,000?
Damn, he's got me beat. I was going 499,000.
Well, I mean, as me and Lady Magnus has said several times, we do like an underdog, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. In case we not mentioned it, this is a best of 3, meaning if after both of these challenges you've won one each, we actually go to the third pick, the one no one wanted. Which I do not remember what it is, but I'm sure it'll be on our screen soon enough. Oh, it's like magic.
Such a doozy.
Subject becomes the subjugator. Oh, do you want to...
I'll do it. As Thuringia, have as many subjects as possible. Now, the casters can sit there and make fun of me with that pronunciation if they would like when we bring them on in just a moment, but that's how we're pronouncing it for now.
I thought that was excellent.
Oh, thank you.
I thought this is great.
If anything, I should be the one to embarrass myself.
Aldra, please let me know why you didn't pick this one.
I hate it. I hate it. It's the practice of it, and I hate it.
Flurry, what's your opinion?
The optimal way to do this one is to do something incredibly dangerous, incredibly risky, and I really don't want to do it, but...
Guys, I really need you to tie the first 2 challenges.
No, it's good.
I have to say, though, I understand why it did not get picked. The ones that they did pick, honestly, I would have gone for myself. So I 100% get where they were going from with it. But, I mean, you know, if you guys want to win one each and go to that third one, it would be highly amusing. I would enjoy it.
I'm sure everyone in Twitch chat and watching it after the fact are just going like, I really hope this goes the full length, best of 3 challenges. Guys, best of luck to both of you. And we'll talk to you guys soon after the first challenge.
Yes. Good luck. So, I think that this is going to be super interesting. Flurry streamed for a good long while today, and I actually watched some of it, and he was practicing Splendor of India. That's the one that he was actually practicing. I don't know. I didn't get to see the whole stream, so I'm not sure if he practiced the other 2.
Yeah.
But honestly, if I were Aldrahill, I might have kind of like snuck in on that stream and kind of maybe tried to get what his strategy was going to be, because he did play Vijayanagar. So he did practice both. Or at least the Splendor of India. I would imagine that he probably would have at least done Sweden as an Overpowered, but he's Flurry. Like, he knows what he's doing. But I think maybe if I were Aldra, I would have maybe like snuckily been in there and tried to see what his strategy was.
Well, we do know that they are playing different nations, right? So
yes, they are. And they're both good. They are both good. They're good nations.
And
good picks.
We also know that there's also the discussion or strategy of, do I go safe? Or do I go for the big numbers? And half of the time, at least, we've seen the safe play win out in the end. Like, a lot of stuff can happen in 60 minutes. And if you go for something that's a bit more consistent, but not necessarily as powerful, you might still come out on top.
Or you could be like Lath, too. I mean, Lath, in one of, I think in his last challenge, maybe the one that he picked, he actually went all in. He did not go for that safe option, and we saw what happened to his nation, which was highly amusing, but for him, resulted in a loss.
You know what? We do have someone else that we can talk to that does have experience from being in the grand final.
Lath?
Yeah. We should talk to Lath and see how you prepare for this mentally.
Yes, let's do it. Hello, Lath. How you doing?
Honestly,
hi, Red Hawk.
distraught.
Now, Lath, you're one of the few select people that have made it into a grand final before. And look at you now, sitting here casting the next one.
He's such a big boy now.
If that is not an upper trajectory, I don't know what is. Am I saying that
think,
it's...
I said, I think that I'm just here to be a verbal punching bag, as usual. I don't know, I counted several times my name was mentioned. Not a single one was positive.
I did my absolute best to do a proper lead-in where I did not mention it.
It's my turn to pick on him.
Seems like Lath has it's Lath. With that said, you have been here before as a player. What are the players feeling now before the final?
It's a lot of nerves because you sort of spend a couple of weeks building up to this. You get into a nice routine. Every Sunday night you sit and you plan your strategy, and then it all ends today. I will say this: fatigue does play into it because you're used to just playing one, and then that second challenge is tricky because, especially if you've got a complex strategy, trying to get that into play, as I found out, not that easy.
Any advice, Leith, that you would give to either of these guys going into this?
If you haven't already, write down notes on a piece of paper because you will forget everything. And the best part is to just not panic if you make a mistake, because if you panic, you'll make more mistakes and it all goes horribly wrong and unravels because you're trying to play optimally. Just take it one step at a time. That'd be my advice.
Very good advice. And Red Hog, what do you think about the challenges that each of them chose?
Well, I would have gone for the Thuringia one, honestly, first maybe, and the Sweden one. The one in India, I don't know what Splendor is. Leith's gotta explain it to me, so we'll get to that later. But yeah, the players should be well prepared by now. I mean, they're veterans at this point. And I'm hoping for a 1-1 here so we can get to that third challenge.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes.
I wish I have so many more questions, but at the same time, I just want to get going.
Let's get into this. Let's hand it over to our casters.
You don't know what Splendor is?
I know what Splendor is. Come on.
Just a quick Google, huh? Dude, we got told, in Discord, 5 minutes before this that we were fired. So,
yeah,
I mean...
don't know why I was expecting halfway through this to be disconnected, but no, we're still here, so...
Interesting. Right, well, should we crack on? I mean, I will say this, though. I prepped both of these challenges that they're going to do for my final that I didn't get to, play out fully. So it'll be interesting to see how much I remember from that and how much insight I can give because I'm with someone who doesn't know what Splendor is. Right, let's crack on.
They made some mistakes thinking you actually know stuff about the game, so...
Oh, great. Right, let's tell them to go. By the way, both of our players are not able to hear us.
Yeah,
let's get it going. Let's switch over to the screen.
I don't know if that's intentional.
I think it is intentional. So we'll see if they tune in. But I've told them both to go, and I believe they're going to start. So over here, we are on Aldrahill's screen. He's going for Jampo, mainly because of this Taj Mahal, because it gives monthly Splendor. Pretty good idea. I personally would have gone with Florry's strat, which is Vijayanagar, because Splendor, for those of you who don't know, Red Hawk, is this. So you get it through getting these age objectives. And it's going to be interesting to see Aldrahill's strategy, because what Florry can do is develop Renaissance right at the start, which he can embrace then, because he needs to get that early, because, again, generating Splendor. Get this large city because of that. Controlling centers of trade, well, you already start with 3 as Vijayanagar. And you can also go and present onto continents by taking out someone over here. That's at least, in all of my little practice games, I'm sure Florry has been practicing thoroughly, is the case. One issue with that is Bahmanis. If you get taken out by Bahmanis early on, because they have that 5 military skill ruler, they get that Militek level 4, you're going to have a bad time.
Definitely. Vij is definitely a very strong contender for getting all the age objectives, I would say. Even Jaunpur too, sure, they don't start off with a coastline, but you should be able to get to Orissa quickly or something like that. So, I think both of these players will have all age objectives filled out until the end.
I think the interesting thing is going to be seeing how quickly this Central Doab monument, the Taj Mahal, because, again, Florry might take an early advantage, but if he fills out all of his objectives, he can't physically do any more to get any more Splendor. Whereas, Aldrahill, if he plays fast enough and sticks on speed 5, he's on speed 4 now. Well, we can see if that +2 monthly Splendor comes into play.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're in for a good one, mate.
Florry, because he has started his first war, actually, and we can notice right here that he is fighting Gujarat and a couple of, Gujarat subject, along with Mewat and Sindh. So he's pausing, unpausing very rapidly, as we can see right here. He's got the spacebar all worked out, and his goal is to humiliate Gujarat. I think it's as simple as that, pretty much. Take off the first stage objective right there. Boom. He already controls centers of trade. So, yeah, that seems to be his play right here.
Excellent.
Meanwhile,
we still got no war over the side.
What is Jaunpur's alone size? Can Aldrahill just build the Taj Mahal straight up with burger loans right at the start?
Would be tricky. 37 loans, so he's going to have 3,700. So we can start building it. I don't know if that's the best play, personally, but we'll see. He has declared, if we switch it back over to Aldra's point of view, he has declared war on Delhi for the... Yep, there you go. He's probably going to get that humiliate rival on Delhi immediately. Delhi starting off quite weak. I'm pretty sure he should be able to take that if he just takes the capital. And that would be a good shout. What do you think his strat is? Obviously, I reckon Florry's going to try and push for Taj Mahal. Do you think he goes off to Bengal to get a coastline? Do you think he builds up cash?
Yeah.
What would you do?
I think he's going to push south through like Jharkhand and Orissa's allies or Orissa's subjects down here to pop out maybe next to Bengal. I don't know. That's what I would do as Jampur to get a coastline as fast as possible. But yeah, I think he might even focus on building up the monument to tier 3. It is plus 2 monthly Splendor at tier 3. Only 1 at tier 2. So at tier 1, he doesn't get anything related to Splendor. So he is going to need a lot of cash to take advantage of that monument as fast as possible.
We're saying casters lack critical information. What are you talking about? We can read chat, by the way. We will give it back. I wonder what they're talking about. Also, people criticize me for saying that Mahra isn't in Africa. I'm fairly certain. If I check the, I'm going off of what I recall here. Yeah, you can't actually conquer directly at this point. You do need to take at least when I was testing it, you need to take a province from Mahra, no CB, and then you can get a claim over here and take Marhan. So that's why I'm saying you need to go through Mahra first to take a province in Africa. That would be the play. All right, let's see how this war's getting on. Yeah, he should have enough now. I wonder what he's going to do. Would you take land here?
From Delhi?
Yeah, from Delhi. Because he's... Well, no, actually, he can't. It's a humiliation war.
Oh, it's a humiliation war?
Wait, no. War of Honor. Wait, War of Honor. Isn't that... Wait, is that diplomatic insult?
I think it is.
He declared war for diplomatic insult?
Yeah, I think a War of Honor, yeah.
Huh. I can honestly say I've never done that.
I mean, I think he can still pop off a humiliate, right?
Yeah, he can humiliate and he can take land. It's not a bad thing at all. I was confused that he would. Yeah. Do you think that was like a play where he just it popped up and he took it?
I mean, it's a CB he had. Maybe his maybe his rivals aren't close to him, right? Or maybe he doesn't feel like he's strong enough to beat up Bengal super easily. Because as Vijayanagar, he is rival to Gujarat, but Gujarat is super easy to beat, right? They're not really that powerful. Whereas fighting someone like Bengal or, Bahmanis or Vij might be harder for Aldrahill as Jaunpur.
We have another War of Honor over here. Against Bungal Khan. Okay. Let's see, whereabouts are they? Down here. There's one piece done. Oh, I enjoy it when they pick two completely separate nations because then we can see how
Yeah, definitely. I do quite like that fact. So what are you thinking? What's the Splendor amount you think we're going to see at the end right here?
Dude, honestly, I haven't run the numbers. It should be pretty high because once you get those age objectives early, I'm expecting the first half of this challenge to be madly rushing for these Splendor objectives, and then after that, just a pure speed 5 blitz.
Just speed 5ing. Yeah, gathering as much as possible for sure.
Dude, look at Aldrahill's
What
eyes.
are some
I've never seen a man more focused?
Yeah, he's definitely into it. What are some other ways they can generate Splendor aside from taking off the age objectives and the Taj Mahal? Apparently, are there any other ways?
I don't know about that. I think chat would have to correct me if I'm wrong here, but I would be very surprised if there is another. I think isn't there a government reform at some stage? I'm not sure whereabouts it is, but there is one.
Maybe there
somewhere.
is some for the Indian nations. Let's see, I'm looking through mine right here. Meanwhile, we can flip back over to Florry because he has declared 2 other wars down here in the south. So he is fighting Mysore right here. This is a conquest war, obviously, which is this nation down here, I think. No, it's this one right here, right. And we have another war versus these 2 other guys, which is also a conquest. There we go. He just ended one war. And he vassalized the nation of Mysore. Yes. Obviously, he's going for the feudal society, which he already has 5 out of 5. And he already has
so he's got
age objectives.
3 already. And that's the key part. If you're not going to go for the Taj Mahal, you need to get these age objectives done early. That's why Vijayanagar is such a strong pick. I think if you're a little bit finicky, you can do the no CB war against, at least when I was testing it, you can do the no CB war against Mahara at the same time as those sieges. We will see if he ends up going that route, because present on 2 different continents.
And
we'll
that's
see.
this nation
Africa's
right here.
the closest one. Yeah, Africa is the closest one. We'll
Yeah,
see
we're going to. Yeah, this is already a different continent, right? So we can also check out what's the colonial range map mode.
Does the island count as
he
part
can
of
get
Africa
this.
or is it part of Asia? Because Arabia is the same continent.
right. This island right here, yeah.
I don't know if that is
Yeah,
that
this
part of
is
Africa.
Asia.
I'll check.
So yeah,
Okay.
and it's something right here.
He needs to take that province and then go to Mahara. If we flip back over to my point of view, looking at Aldrahill, we can see that Aldrahill is gunning for even more war score. He's taking a fight against a level 3 general, which is kind of... Oh, there we go. He's taken land. I'm assuming that means he takes them as a vassal. Does. He has 5 vassals. Yeah, he's taking them.
Oh,
So
nice.
he has his 5
He's
vassals.
got 3 objectives
Excellent.
too, or no? He just has
the
one right
one
now.
for now. Yes, because he doesn't. I think Vijayanagar starts with either 4 or 5. It might be 5, but he does need to take a couple more. They're only close by. Centers
How
of
many
trade.
centers of trade is he at?
He's at 3. So he needs to take 2 more. He could nick one from Sirhind over here by seizing it if he can get them loyal. Otherwise, it looks like probably heading east into
shouldn't he already
Bengal
have
would be
5?
my pick. He's got 3.
Yeah, but he just needs to upgrade 2 more, right? Not conquer them.
That is true, yeah. But I've been thinking
Yeah.
along the lines of him wanting to save his money for the Taj Mahal.
For the Taj Mahal, right.
There's so many different ways you can take this. This is great.
Yeah,
Right, chat.
I do love.
I want people to put in chat what nation you would pick if it was up to you. Obviously, we're seeing I can't pronounce that, but Jampur and Vijayanagar are the 2 picks. Would you potentially go Bengal, Bahmanis? I think there was a strat I looked at with Bengal. What would you do, chat? Bengal. People saying Bengal. Someone said Ulm. People saying if he conquers them, he loses a level. That is true.
Yeah, that's true.
So it would be kind of useless. Bank
Yeah.
of Ming will make Aldrahill's run. That is true. Yeah, if you can get 25% war score against Ming, that is what, like 2,000 ducats?
Yeah, he is close enough. Yeah, 2,500 ducats, boom.
Someone says
You can bump it straight up to level 2.
He can. Oh. I don't know, man. I really don't know if he's going to be able to get it before.
What would you go with? Which nation would you go with?
Nation? Oh, absolutely. Well, like I said, I tested Vijayanagar. That was the one that sold it for me. You can do the whole going into Africa thing. If we flip over to your perspective, looking at Florry, we can have a look at how he's getting on as Vijayanagar. But like I said, you can
Florry's just chilling right now.
You can get into Africa pretty quickly. And the key part is when you're playing, because I also tested this, when you're playing Jampur versus Vijayanagar, Vijayanagar has to get the age objectives really early, because otherwise Jampur can speed 5 and can blitz it. So it'll be interesting to see. It's sort of more dependent on Florry's skill to be able to get all of the age objectives. Because like I said, that +2 a month, if you can get that fully upgraded, it will be over if Aldrahill can get that within the first sort of half to 60% of this challenge. We shall see. Florry's not going Africa. That would be interesting. Where is he?
I mean, he can
go?
colonize. He has also depped up the Renaissance already in his capital. So, as soon as he embraces it, boom, he'll have another age objective ticked off.
It has to be in every province. That's the thing.
Yeah,
so you want to do that one early
yeah.
as well. That's sort of crucial.
He's pretty much
I want
already
to
done
see.
that.
People saying he's going to Australia, so he's probably going to go colonial. Interesting. I feel like you could probably go
with
Africa
that,
a lot easier.
He can get the first one too, right? He can
Discover
have
America.
2 in
That
one.
is true.
Yeah, discover America and present
That
on
is
2
true.
continents. So,
But again, if you go to Africa first, then you get that +1 right from the start.
is it worth
and I
it,
think,
though?
like I said, I think
Bothering
so.
to get
Absolutely.
here?
Well, all you do is you know CB Mahra. You go over there, you siege him down. You have the boats to be able to. If you don't, then you make sure you build them. But you get the boats to
Yeah, it's not that far either way.
breach the walls. You can take that within a year, and then you immediately declare war on Mahran, and they're usually really weak. So, like I said, you only need 1 province from them, so you take that land as well, and then you get that +1 every single month. It's
In
not
this
really
case,
a hindrance. You can do that alongside getting the vassals, but I will say this is rather tricky. Someone said Florry is Shia.
Is Florryworry? Let's see. He's fighting the Maldives right now. No, he's fighting Bone, which is a nation over in Southeast Asia right here on the island of Sulawesi, I think it was called. But yeah, he knows he beat these guys right here. That's a very interesting play right here. Has he gone Shia? Let's go ahead and see. And he's Hindu. He's
Did we
Hindu.
just get baited by chat?
Yeah.
Did we just...
But he has vassalized the nation of Bone right here. Of course, this is possible. They're also in Asia. So, yeah, this is bringing him ever closer to Australia. So he might even just, straight up no CB these guys. Not even, exploration expansion. If, of course, he can discover this somehow. Maybe steal Bone's maps if they can see this. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
People are saying that I misread something. What did I misread? Go on. I'm challenging you to tell me this. People are saying Africa's no longer possible. Africa is 100% possible. Why would Africa not be possible? I'm about to get into an argument with chat again.
Florryworry is at 4 age objectives ticked off. Control centers of trade, a large city, feudal society, and humiliate rival. He's about to get embrace Renaissance as well. And he's already at 821 Splendor, 830, gaining 9 a month, which is really, really nice. At 1455. Meanwhile, we can pop back over to you, and you can tell us Aldrahill Splendor and his mate.
So Aldrahill playing a little bit slower in 1449. I believe that is slower. Yeah, Splendor side not doing as well. We've got 115, only getting +5 a month. He has got a large city, but no center of trade and no feudal society. Like I said, as Jampol, you do accept the fact that you're going to be down in the first early years. It does depend on how quickly he's able to get this up and running. I don't think, personally, like I said in the SSI run, I think it's incredibly tricky to compete with Vijayanagar's like starting Splendor.
Yep.
But I mean, I assume he's tested this, so we're going to see something here. We're seeing a lot of conquest. That is going to make it harder to get Renaissance in every province. So we'll see how that plays out.
Do you think the Taj Mahal is going to make the difference here?
If he's able
Did
to
he make the right
5,
choice? What do you think? Or is Vij looking like a stronger pick right now?
Like I said, I can only go for what I tested. I think Vijayanagar is better. Like I said, this was Aldrahill's pick, so presumably he has something in mind here, but he doesn't have the Renaissance yet because it hasn't spawned in, which again is going to be kind of crucial when you're just speed in 5. Well, you can't. It's not spawned in yet. He's only in 49.
Oh, right. Sorry, it's 1457 for me. Hashtag can't relate.
And that is the crux of this strategy, in my opinion. You have to bank as much Splendor as possible. You have to just blitz it. And we'll see if that was potentially a mistake on Aldrahill's part to not play as fast as Florry. Having said that, playing as fast as Florry, very difficult.
True. Meanwhile, lots of developments in Florry's game. We can hop back over and I can demonstrate that. So he has seized a province from his vassal, Bone or something. Yeah, as we can see, Vij does own this province right here that I can't seem to click on. Nope, still can't click on it. Well, it doesn't matter. I won't have to click on it.
There's an elephant in the way, mate.
Yep, there's an elephant in the room. Meanwhile, he's also taken exploration ideas and unlocked the colonist as well. So, pretty simple, man. He can just explore Australia right here. Boom, boom, boom. All he needs is one province right there. That's it. One province, and he will have ticked off his final 2 age objectives because he has also embraced the Renaissance in every available province. So, I think after this, man, he can just speed 5 or go for the Taj Mahal. But the nations of India have already consolidated here, man. We got Big Delhi, Big Jampur, Bengal, Malwa, and Bahmanis, and Vij. And there's just a couple of tiny nations left. So we can check out the alliances here. Yeah,
I don't know how viable it would be to go for the Taj Mahal again, just speed 5ing. Because this, in my opinion, this challenge, and where Florry is going to win potentially is being far ahead. This challenge is all about getting as far in the game as possible. If you try and min-max too much, and that's what I was saying at the start, if you try and min-max too much as Jampo, you'll lose out. You're betting that the other player, if they are playing as Vijayanagar, will mess up, and, well, the other player is Florry. Yeah. So, sort of tricky. Someone said looks like Florry is bad to the bone. Can we ban that guy? I don't... What's his name? Let's give me his IP address.
At this point, Florry should have colonial range to colonize Australia. Yeah, he can colonize the province of Tiwi up here. So this is within his colonial range. So, yeah, there we go. As simple as that, man. That's the only one he can actually colonize right now. He's at Tech 5, 3, and 4. So obviously, you know, he's using up Diplo points to advance through exploration. But does he even really need to? I mean, sure, there's nothing else he can spend his points on, but...
He might as well go for the
would you
Discover
just
America.
speed 5 once you get this
at this point? At this point, yeah, he's already done. He just needs to speed 5 and Discover America. That's it.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Jampur strat has the potential to be better, but for that you need to play everything perfectly and just constantly play at speed 5. And if we flip over to my point of view, I'll show you how that's coming along for Aldrahill. He is in 2 separate wars, still only in 1451. Yeah, it's going to be tricky to come back from here. No Renaissance as of yet. Let's see what he's been doing with his points. Still 3 in each category. Oh, he's renamed his heir lame because he's a 130. That is understandable. I feel your pain. But we are spending a lot of time paused. Again, the Jampur strat relies on speed. You have to try and Vijayanagar requires a lot less. Let's call it actions per minute. It requires a lot less to do. Whereas Jampur, in order to maintain that, get that +2 Splendor that you think is going to carry over the line, you need to just speed 5 it.
Yeah,
and that is incredibly hard.
For sure.
We are a third of the way through, and at this point, he's sitting at 270 with 5 Splendor a month. He needs to, within the next 3 years, have pretty much as many of these.
Pretty much all of them.
This one done. This one needs to be on its way to being done. Humiliate rival. He still hasn't humiliated a rival.
Oh, hasn't he?
No.
That's strange. Florry's meanwhile at 1500 Splendor, gaining 13 a month because he has all but 1 age objective ticked off. He just needs to discover North or South America and he's going to have them all. Of course, if he conquers new provinces that don't have the Renaissance one will go away until it spreads, but that's not really that big of an issue, man.
No, it's not. Especially because he's not going to be conquering too much. If we flip back over to Florry, we can see how he's getting on.
Yeah, this is what he's discovered so far. He can explore some more, as we can see right here. East China Sea, coast. And yeah, this is 1600 Splendor, 13 a month. He's running away with it really early here. Yeah,
I will also say this. To reiterate the rules, it's not in-game time, lads. It is within the hour how much Splendor you can get. Obviously, that ends when the next age rolls around. It'll reset, so it's the highest possible Splendor that you come up with before that point. So, whilst speed 5 is important, let me put it that way. So it's not in-game time; it is the hour itself. And Florry is in what year?
Florry is 1462 right now, and he's got elephants walking through pretty much the far east of Eurasia, almost in Kamchatka over here, pretty much in Siberia.
So he's
gone
probably going to
rooming.
colonize that way.
He's gone rooming. This is probably with Conquistador. Is that correct? Yeah. He's walked through a couple of hordes.
Very strangely, this is completely historically accurate. The great migration of the southern Indians into Siberia.
He's just no Sibid Chukchi up here, a little Tengri tribe over in the far east of modern-day Russia.
Okay,
this
is turning very
This is not something I was expecting.
Quickly. Well, I think what he can do is vassalize it.
Or something?
He can vassalize it and nick a province, and then from there he can quickly head over to America.
Yeah, explore Alaska and stuff. Yeah, true.
I would say the only possible way you could optimize this better as Florry, and again, this is really nitpicking, is that initial war, like to get into an African province. But then again, you can say that would slow you down and you wouldn't be able to get as far in speed 5. So that, like, if you're able to do that at the same time speed 5, theoretically that is as fast as you can go. But I really can't see how you could do this any quicker. This is a really, really strong and dominant performance. It is starting in the final.
He's also no-CB'd the 3 other, Siberian tribes over here. So he's fighting all of them, presumably to vassalize the first guy, feed the rest of these guys to the first guy, then just snatch a province from the first guy. So we'll see if that's the case.
All right, has he done one of the pieces?
Yeah, so these guys, the first guys that he fought, they're already his vassal. Easy.
Okay, so Florry is now a Russian nation.
Yeah.
My God.
And true, he can take provinces right next to them. They are in the same continent. They are both in Asia, both him and his vassals. So yeah, there we go. He's gotten this province of, this province right here that I'm not going to try and say. And,
no, do it. Do it. You're a caster. Do your job, Hawk. Do your job. What's it? Pronounce it.
He's taken the province of Kagurgan.
This is why we're getting fired. This is why. This is why we're going,
I said
bro.
Kamchatka earlier, bro. That's good enough, all right? You try saying this. Gizhga.
I'm afraid in my game, that's not what's happening.
Listen,
If we flip over
obviously,
to my point of view, I'll let you know. Obviously, you're not a far eastern individual.
Yeah, I was
living in
looking at the
Siberia.
cultural map mode.
All right, well, looking at this over here, we can
Let me
see
tell you
that
what
there
I'm
are
not.
rebels.
Kamchatkan. That's what I'm not.
You sure? Maybe that's why we're getting fired. Right. So he's taken out Gorka. Still no progress on this institution or Taj Mahal. We're sitting in 1454. I can only assume he's holding off on tech, but he is not looking so good. He's got moderately high war exhaustion. He's got money declining, no manpower, a whole host of red flags here.
High war exhaustion.
And he's
good.
attacking.
What are you talking about?
So good. It's the best modifier in the game. Okay. Let's see. I can only assume things aren't playing out how he wants them to.
Nah, definitely.
Still,
And these guys can't
only
hear
these
us
two.
today for some reason.
They can't.
Neither
They
Florry
can't.
or Aldrahill. You think this is on purpose and they haven't told us something? Production. What do we need to know here?
I think they said in our little secret. Yeah, well, we're fired, so we're no longer in the group chats, man.
Oh. They kicked us out of the WhatsApp?
Yeah, we're not in the WhatsApp group. We're not in any of the groups. This is.
Wow. Knur got in after he wasn't in, and now he kicked us out. Oh, the tables have turned.
Yeah, it was revenge, man. He wasn't in the WhatsApp group last week, and now he's gotten his revenge by kicking us out.
No.
So if you are hosting an EU4 related show and you're looking for two young up and coming casters, we're free agents now. I thought I'd try and secure some employment, mate. I'm trying. All right. In the meantime, we have rebels sieging down everything. No manpower. Truly no hope.
Can we get some
Splendor.
lost to rebels or megalols in the chat?
That is sure. Let's go for that. You're asking. That's like a phrase, man. Have you ever tried to get people to spam phrases? It doesn't really work.
No, you'll see. They'll do it.
We'll see if that is the case. People are just going to Megalon. People are saying, dude, there you go. L and Megalon. People actually invited it. What is this power you have? Right. I'm going to be interested in hearing Aldrahill's interview here, if this was, in fact, the optimum play that he had planned. Because at this point, I can only imagine RNG, as we saw. RNG, which has, in my opinion, helped a little bit on the way to his path of the final. Narrowly beating Ghibli. Also, to be fair, Florry narrowly beat Ghibli as well. We could have very easily seen Ghibli in the final.
True. Well, we can pop back over to Florry. We do have interesting developments right here. He has ticked off all of his age objectives, man. He has pretty much discovered North and, almost South America. You know, he doesn't need to colonize anything over here. He just needs to know about a province. And I think he does know about, this province right here in the Aleutian Islands. So, there we go. That's it from him. He pretty much doesn't need to do anything else, I think.
I want to point out there's a Twitch chat poll right now saying, should the casters be fired? Only one option is no, and it's on 2%. The most popular one is yes with cannons.
Listen.
So, cheers, chat.
Log into
Appreciate
all
that.
of your alt accounts and vote no.
I'm going to vote no. Well, the thing is, there's one
no
only
twice.
keep Lathe and keep Red Hawk's mustache.
Wait.
Dude, your mustache is more popular than me and you combined.
Listen, we'll do a mustache transplant, all right? You can stay on. I'll give you my mustache. I'll mail it over to Slough. You can go pick it up.
Yeah. God.
I don't know. That may be a biohazard, though. I don't know if they'll let that in England.
No, we're not other people's facial hair. We're meant to be casting an EU4 thing. We're talking about facial hair. But Florry just has to speed 5 at this point. There is literally nothing else that you can do.
Yeah. He is doing that, not upgrading units, even though he can. Not exploring, even though he can.
Because if he takes a a province, then he's going to lose out on the Renaissance, right? That's what you said?
Yeah, true. That's true. And let me look at the tech tree right here. Is he going to go for the Taj Mahal? I don't think so, man. It's probably not worth it for him, right?
Absolutely not.
Now,
I mean, he's what?
He also
almost
doesn't
20
know
years
how
ahead.
far ahead he is. Yeah, because they can't hear us today. So Florry's at 3,300 Splendor, gaining 15 a month. Chat, do you know of any other ways to gain Splendor aside from the age abilities and the Taj Mahal? Is there any other way?
I believe there is one government thing. I'll see if I can search for it now. But I'm fairly certain there is a government reform that gives Splendor, but it might be quite far in. I'm just searching.
So yeah, there's other monuments. People are saying some rare missions, and well, what do we have here? Red Hawk are cute. Well,
wait, no, hang on. Lathe and Red Hawk. There's Lathe there as well. Lathe and Red Hawk are cute. Right, from
Yeah,
your champion
it says-
and master of Universalis, Florry, we're calling it here. We're not calling it. In our minds,
There
we
we
want
go.
all of them.
I don't know where that lathe is. I don't know where lathe is.
Wait,
All I can see is-
hey. I think Florry's going to be
All
watching.
right,
I think he's
I'll
watching
pan
the stream.
over. I'll pan over.
There
we
he
go.
is.
Boom.
That's honestly, and that's why. So for some context, Red Hawk and I hopped on a call with Florry last night, coached him a little bit, told him exactly what you should be doing right, doing wrong. He spent all day today streaming and practicing it, and we're very proud to see him flourish as he is. Let's see. I reckon he is. Let's see, because we can't tell. Technically, they've muted him from the internal stream. Florry, give us a quick tip of the hat if you're watching on a second monitor. If he's managed to finagle this.
Let's see. I'm looking at the cam right now. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know if he is.
Is he trying to conceal a smile?
Maybe he's trying to hide the fact that he's watching the stream.
We don't know, Pepe
Let's see.
Lamb.
All right, he's
Nice dog.
appearing to talk to himself. Yeah? Thank you.
Yeah. Florry doesn't have 2 monitors, his chat says. Well, maybe he has us up on his phone. Huh? Did
You ever think about
chat? Maybe he has us up on his Nintendo Game Boy. But yeah, at this point, Florry, 3,800 Splendor, gaining 15 a month, man. And we got about 30 minutes left here. You know, if 40 years have passed, or 30 years have passed in 30 minutes, he's got like, obviously 30 more years left. So he should be around 8K Splendor by the end.
Wow.
Pretty much.
I think
7,800,
thing.
8,200, something like that.
Let's see. If we can... I think Age of Discovery ends when the Reformation triggers. So that is around 1490 to 1510. So
Yeah, 1490, I would
maybe.
say rarely. 1510, 20 usually.
let's have a look. If we
I
flip
mean, he
back
should just
over
become
to
the people
Aldrahill.
controller. And,
well, this
prevent the
point might as
spawning
well.
of
That is the huge meta strats to become a paper controller. Looking at here, we have Aldrahill's game. He is slowed down a little bit. Still no Renaissance. Still only 2 age objectives. 800 Splendor. Yeah, I think he started strong with the Feudal Society, but he isn't really getting as many... he's declared a war. What's this for? It's to take a province, but he still hasn't humiliated a rival. Who are his rivals? We've got Bengal, Bahmanis. He actually hasn't picked a 3rd rival. So, I mean, he needs to get that done, and he needs to be building up this monument, because that's the reason you go for Jamport. But with
that was
just
his,
over
like, main
halfway.
selling point. Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, this monument, built up to full, is worth one of these. And that's why the Vijayanagar strat, I think, is better. Because it's like having another age objective, sure. But he would have to have all of these fulfilled now, and also have the Central Doab monument, the Taj Mahal, fully
Up to tier
upgraded
3.
right now.
And that's like
And
8,500
then-
ducats without, speeding it up.
Yeah. And then
So that's so much money.
it's just speed 5, and you're getting an extra 2 per month. But Florry is almost 3,000 ahead.
Florry at this
I mean, how
point
many
is
months
at
is that?
4,500 Splendor.
Yeah, there's I mean, there comes a
take it
point,
away
right?
too early?
As a caster, right? As a caster, right? You have to sit there and you have to keep things moving, keep things flowing, keep things interesting. I'm going to peel back the curtain a little bit.
True.
So part of that is if you think someone is that far ahead, you're meant to sort of, play the game a little bit, not announce it. I don't think there's any way we can hide that. I don't think there's any, unless we just hide, unless we disconnect Florry. I don't see a physical way in which the guy can lose. As a former caster, you're correct. Do you lose your Splendor if you get into the next stage? You do, but that won't count because it's like the amount of
he could
Splendor
just pause
just before.
Yeah.
He couldn't, even then. We're in 1460 over in this game. Even if you were to pause it right now, look, he's only getting 5 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you were to pause and speed 5 until the end of the game, he still couldn't win.
Yeah, true.
So
Getting Splendor really
Hawk,
fast.
A little aside here. How do we play this? What do we? What do
you
we
want
say?
to jump in as Bahmani's in Florry's game and beat him up?
Yeah. Well, no, we'll just turn up at his house. Well, I'll text him.
I'll just go to his house. All right.
One sec. Let me text Florry.
Yeah.
Let
me text my Dutch Florry's neighbor friend.
All right, wait. I'll text him. Yo, calm down. Make it close.
Text him, yo, chill, bruh.
Yo, chill.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to ring him, but I think I might get. Well, hang on. We're already fired.
Oh yeah, we're already fired. Just call him.
I'll just ring him live on stream.
Yeah.
I'll just rig it. So we've got this conquest over here. Again, I'm not sure what the aim is. I don't know what there is going to be an aim. I'm not saying that there isn't an aim. Aldrahill, as we know, because he's gotten to the final, is a very, very good player. So he will have a reasoning for this. I'm just a bit slow on the uptake here. I'm not sure what he could be doing because there's a lot of pausing going on. Okay, he's taking territory. But again, to what end? Taking territory doesn't help your age objectives.
To make money for upgrading the monument, the gold mine in Saparang.
But you didn't take it.
Did the same
And that's a
nation
vassal
own
of
it?
Chagatai. No, but the thing is, it's 20 years in. And there are easier gold mines. Like this one.
He can just do the one in Mall one.
Like he's one province away from the gold mine. I don't think gold mines are his aim.
What do you think our players are thinking
okay,
right
so
now?
he turned to Delhi.
Mm-hmm.
But why?
Does Delhi have a mission for Splendor or something?
If that is the case, that would be incredible.
I mean, how much
he'd still
Splendor
lose,
can you
but
even
it'd be
get from
good.
a mission like that?
Presumably, like, none.
Surely
right?
it can't be like 5,000?
I'm searching. What's chat saying? Snaking to Europe.
Someone in
I
chat
don't
is
think he's
asking-
snaking to Europe. Yeah?
How many points Florry has? Florry's at 5,300 right now.
Florry's winning. That's what you need to know. There is nothing to do with Splendor in these missions. He is in debt. Taj Mahal's still not being built. Institution's been dev. There we go. So he's on his way to getting the third. How many does Vijayanagar start with? Vijayanagar starts with 2, right? The control center trade. And they're about to get...
Do they have a 5 level
They get
2 center
one.
of trade at the start?
I think they might. Let me double check.
Florry has started
Yeah,
a
they
war
do.
if we pop back over to him. He's fighting the nations in Madagascar right here, as we can see, Betsy Misaraka and Imarina. Shout out to these 2 nations.
One second. Sorry, mate. Someone in chat said Delhi, if it's formed by Jamport, has an event for 500 flat Splendor.
For the price of 1 stab and 2 years of income plus manpower. I mean, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
That's not bad at all. 500 free Splendor, but, at this point, can he catch up? Why is Florry fighting 2 nations in Madagascar, though? What do you think? Is he going to
Is
try
there
to
a
become the
monument
people
around
controller and
there?
stop the Reformation?
At this point, if he's watching the stream, he knows full well the extent to which... I mean, he could get up and have some food.
There is a monument in Kilwa, but nothing with Splendor. Maybe there's another one right here that we can't see. Maybe the one in Mutapa, the city of Kami? Nope. Maybe the one in Congo? The Mombasa, Congo? Nope.
If I was Florry right
the
now,
one in
I'd
Bennett.
probably be showboating. But Florry wouldn't do that because he's a much nicer individual than I am.
Of course.
By the way, this is, if he wins this, this round, that will be the record for the most amount of wins in a single season of Masters of Universalis. A record that I should have had, but alas.
Just like Messi. Messi's the Flurry of football, bro.
Messi is the Flurry of football. I want that spam in chat. Don't tell him why. Just I want everyone to spam Messi is the Flurry of football. that's actually
Listen, I could have gone with Flurry as the Messi of U4, but listen. I think the first way works a lot better.
It's just people are spamming Messi is the Flurry of football. I like... Oh, man. People are actually spamming it. Wonderful. All right. Well, if we flip back over to Aldrahill, I'll take you through what's going on this side of things. Yeah, it feels like he is starting to let the throttle go a little bit more here. He's 20 years in. And let's see. He has another age objective. Control the sense of traits. That's number 3. So he's
not popping off his golden era.
He is not. I mean, yeah. It's just 10 right. He's got 1,000, so he's about 4,000 Splendor behind. 4,500.
Well, Flurry's at 6,100 right now.
Of course he is. So he's 5,000 behind. Okay, wonderful. So we have 20 minutes left, a third of it. And, well, we'll see if this Taj Mahal can in fact catch up. No, he's still not building it.
Listen, if we at least can't make it, what you call it? Tense.
Competitive.
Until the end. Why not, lean into the whole other thing? Chat, by how much do you think Flurry is going to beat Aldrahill right here, man? Is he going to have 10k more Splendor than him? 8k maybe?
Yeah, I want to see that.
How far do you think he can take it?
How far is this physically possible? Oh, God, my screen's gone. There we go. Lost control. Right, I think at this point, he is going up against Malwa. It's a very strong Malwa as well. That is like an unfortunately strong Malwa.
Who are Malwa's allies?
It's just Malwa.
Oh, okay. Well,
but he is outnumbered.
How many subjects does he have?
He should have 5. Yeah, 5.
5?
He has 5.
He
That's since the start of the game. He has not. I don't believe so.
I thought there were
going to be
4 guys on his side in the war.
You may well be right, actually. He has.
Yeah, some of those guys are probably scooters. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. We've got a battle going on here.
Wait, has Malwa declared on him?
Oh my God, you're right. Malwa needed conquest. Malwa declared war on him. Oh, it goes bad to worse. That is very unfortunate to say the least. How many loans has he taken?
No.
He's got 3,000 debt.
Pain.
How many can he take? Up to 29 loans. We might. He's more than halfway there, and he has just taken a significant loss. And that is the issue. Remember I was saying before, when at the start of the game, when you get declared on, when you save up for the Renaissance and you don't tech up in mill, you are liable to be attacked by a more militant AI, and that is what we're seeing here. He has. This is going to be a painful battle.
At this point, 20 minutes left, well, 19. If he just restarts it as Vig, he can probably get more Splendor in those 20 minutes than he can in the remaining 20 minutes as Delhi. Honestly.
At this point, probably. But I'm just intrigued to see what the strat is, because clearly there is thought going into this, and it's not like he's played like ridiculously. Oh no.
Someone in chat said now it's Aldrahill Det versus Flurry Splendor.
Oh no.
Oh,
Bengali Conquest. Oh no.
This is painful. Listen. It's just bad RNG, bruh. What can you do, man?
That is so unfortunate. This is not how you want to start. Now, it is worth mentioning, chat, there are potentially two challenges left. We have the next one, and if Aldrahill wins that one, then we do go to our third one. The third one that I'm really looking forward to. The second challenge we're going to be going to is Sweden is not overpowered, whereby as Sweden you need to have as many fielded divisions as possible, and your subjects do count. Non-tributary subjects, that is.
Yep. Do you think Timmy will declare on him?
At this point, is it bad that I'm kind of hoping for that? Does that make me a bad person?
Timur is right there, right? Next to Sirhin?
Yeah. The Timurids are there. The Timurids have attacked Multan, so they're kind of looking aggressive. And if you're Delhi at this point, you're panicking. Let's see here. He's marching in. Oh, Delhi, the Bengals is Tech 5 as well. Oh,
What tech is he at?
4.
4? Oh, let's get some Fs in the chat.
Yeah, let's get some Fs, lads. All right, we've got 17 minutes left. I do want to see how high you can get. Because I'll be honest, 1300 is higher than I would have thought that you could have gotten as Jampo. So he has actually done well at this point. It's just unfortunate as to how things unfolded. I will be intrigued to see at what point things went off the rails. I think it's safe to say that this is not his ideal plan.
Listen, I'll give it to Aldrahill if he can get more debt than Flurry has Splendor.
How much Splendor does he have?
Flurry's at 7,200 Splendor right now, and we got 17 minutes left. Meanwhile, we can pop back over to him. Enough pain and suffering at Aldrahill's POV. We'll jump back right to that because Flurry, well, he has vassalized the nation in Madagascar. Betsy Misaraka right here. Shout out Betsy Misaraka. Nice naval national ideas, by the way. I played them.
So what was he doing now?
Just for fun? What do you think?
I think he's gonna have a reasoning for it, surely.
He's just declared on Sakalava and Antamoro, the 2 other Madagascar boys, which are these nations down here in the south. Yeah, we can see all of them right here. Is he gonna go for a monument? Is he trying to hop somewhere?
Surely not, right? Why would he? Is there? What monument is close by that would?
Yeah, none.
That would cause
none. I don't think so.
Huh?
7,500 Splendor right now. Looking really strong. This is one of the. I think this is like the biggest runaway win we've had so far this season. Maybe even including last season too. I didn't watch that because you were playing. Of course, I didn't want to look at you, but maybe you can tell us.
You cut out that for a second. What was that?
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Did I really?
You did. Well, for me at least.
It's not gonna be funny if I say it again.
Was it an insult my way?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Standard.
All right. I'm gonna say it again. All right. Nah, I'm not. You can watch back the VOD.
Just basically insulting me and then telling me to go and search for the insult.
Listen, I was saying, is this going to be the biggest runaway win we've had so far? Like, ever. Not just this season, last season too, including, like, every game in Masters of Universalis Season 1 and 2 that we've had so far. And I followed that up with, I didn't watch last season because you were in it, and I wasn't trying to look at you all day.
That is also not true. I saw you on Twitter. You did post the final.
I did. All right, you got me.
There you go. People saying that if it's a tie, then the casters should do the third challenge. If we flip back over to my screen, yeah, we'll do it.
They're going to find out I don't know anything about the game either.
Aldrahill. What do you mean either? I know what a... Hey, I was a finalist. Aldrahill has taken a loss over here. Bankruptcy, he's taken out corruption. Almost all the corruption he can. Oh, no. He's losing 30 ducats a month, and he has, I think, 2 more loans left.
I mean, not looking too bad.
We may see I think we're going to see a bankruptcy. I really think we're going to see a bankruptcy.
Or something. Do you think we're going to see a lost the game screen pop up?
Do you think he's going to get annexed? All right, in fact, can we get a poll going to see if people think that Aldra's going to go bankrupt in this? He has taken a couple of stack wipes here. Oh, there we go. Maximum amount of loans, bankruptcy looming. 32 ducats. Ladies and gentlemen, we may have a bankruptcy on our hands.
Month takes. Yeah.
Oh
What's he at, like 120 something in the treasury?
He's got 99 now. He's got 3 months left.
Mm-hmm.
He has to start trying to take back some of his lands to try and expand that loan size. Let's see. Because by the way, lads, if you get lands taken, then your loan size decreases. And obviously you don't get the benefit from those provinces, meaning that bankruptcy is a lot more likely. Oh, we got 2 months left.
Also, a note in the chat that neither of our players are listening to us today. So Aldrahill is not listening to us.
There it is!
Isn't listening to us.
It's a bankruptcy. Why is the third option no, but Laith will?
We see the hands lifted in the face of defeat pose by Aldrahill right here. Stroking his beard to see if he can come up with anything.
Lads, can we get some Fs in chat? Some Fs in chat
Salvage this
for
game.
Aldrahill. It just goes to show when you're playing on the edge, sometimes you can fall in. Let's see. I mean, at this point, what do you do?
Restart as Vig and still get more Splendor.
Honestly,
What's he at right now?
1400.
1400? Yeah, that's pretty low, man, honestly.
But bear in mind that his centers of trade also have just collapsed.
Yeah.
And he still hasn't got the Renaissance side of things. But let's see. Maybe he's got attachment. No. Like I said, I think this is the issue with the Jampur strat. It relies on everything going perfectly, but also you have to play so much faster than the Vijayanagar. You have to get all of the age bonuses that are harder to acquire than Vijayanagar, and then you're allowed a little bit more time if you can get the monthly Splendor +2. But as we saw from Aldrahill, that is an incredibly demanding task, especially under all the pressure. It's a shame because Aldrahill did well to get here so far. But let's not forget, this is not the end for Aldrahill. He can still come back and do a reverse sweep. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to that third challenge.
He can take it all the way, potentially. Yeah.
It looks like, well, maybe Mawa can get the Taj Mahal. Oh, no. Oh, Gorka's declared war on him.
Oh, no.
This is
not Gorka.
This has got... Oh, no. Oh, another one as well. The Jungle Conquest of Batarang. Oh, this is horrible. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, avert your eyes. We're seeing a man
when you got
break.
OPMs declaring on you, and you're Delhi. Something has gone horribly.
Something's gone horribly wrong. You got to just speed 5 it. Just speed 5 it. Let it happen, my friend. Let it happen. Oh, man. I mean,
is he gonna get full annexed?
Hey, maybe it's an advanced strat because no one can get 100% against him if... Oh.
He just lost to Bengal, right?
Yep. I was going to say, don't get 100% if he's in 3 wars, but he can. This is all part of the plan. Now he can embrace the Renaissance and get it all in all provinces.
You see, chat, he got declared on purpose, bruh. He wanted to shrink himself so he gets the Renaissance faster.
That's it. People are calling us vultures. Us or the nation.
What is that supposed to mean?
I think the fact that we're enjoying his demise. Mainly because we don't have to play.
Chat, you know how when someone falls down, that's funny, right? Let's be real, it is.
Oh,
unless it's an old person.
It's
the same thing, man.
Call it technical KO. We've got 10 minutes left. Let's see. I mean, what do these guys want? Let's have a look, shall we? Okay, he wants that land back. At that point, just give it to him. And then you want... Yeah, he's going to get split in 2. Because he can't win this. 100% going to get split in 2. I'm surprised Sirhan hasn't declared his independence. Oh, he has lost another thing. He's got 1,500 age. Let's see. Vijayanagar, the AI, has about 900 for context. If you didn't take this.
But they have wasted 400 on one.
It's 800. So that's what I mean. So they've got almost 1,000. So he's 400 ahead of the AI, who wasn't trying this challenge. And that is again the tricky part of this Jam Pass start. I would say that this would have been a lot closer, because Aldrahill, like I said, is an incredibly skilled player. But the nation choice, and it just goes to show that one choice like that can set you up kind of poorly. But the next one, they're both starting in Sweden. Oh, come on. Oh, Jesus. This is horrible. Isn't it? Sirhan declared. His vassals declared war on him.
Oh,
right, should we flip over to Florry?
Let's just flip back over to Florry, yeah.
I can't look.
Enough
I really can't
pain and suffering.
Hey,
Florry has moved his capital over to Madagascar in the province of this one right here.
Why?
Colonizing some provinces over in the Cape.
Is he actually going to Europe? He's going to go and try and prevent the... He's going to prevent it. Watch. Yeah.
We still don't have the timer right here, the hourglass. So obviously, it hasn't spawned yet.
Yeah, Florry he's gotten very lucky indeed for that not to take place. It's incredible. It's all clearly RNG at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think that's obvious, personally. Just pure luck. They've got to ask him. Please, host, you've got to ask him why. Why is he going around the cape?
Yeah. Maybe he's trying to circumnavigate, someone said in the chat.
Would that give him Splendor?
I mean, it should be possible, right?
I mean, really? I mean, maybe. Do you think
he's 16 years ahead of Miltech? I don't know. We do have a lazy merchant, as someone pointed out in the chat.
Classic. Well, if we flip back over to Aldrahill, I'll show you how things are going over here. Not as big as he once was, and split in two. He's also, I think he just went bankrupt again, and there's the Peasants' War. So,
the disaster? I love it.
Yeah,
my favorite
he's got
one.
the Peasants' War. So I don't see. He might get declared war on someone else. Well, actually, no. I think he has a truce with everyone around him. So he's safe.
No one can declare on him?
Now we can focus on getting more Splendor. This is it. I think he has lost the Renaissance, though.
Well,
let's have a look.
It is what it is.
No, he's got it. He just doesn't have it in his
does
capital.
he?
He's going to get the Renaissance. We'll see.
Not
What
in every
final
province,
score?
right? Yeah, but he is going to get it.
Do you think he's going to get 1800 by the end of this? Someone said, when it
What's
rains,
he at right
it
now?
jampers, and I want that man banned. I
want that man promoted
I want
to
I want
owner.
him gone. The owner of what? Speedfy.
Yeah. Also, he has
CEO.
Don. How old is his account? When did you get that username?
Yeah, how's it? It's DON. His username is DON.
This man's been on Twitch for when it was Justin TV.
Right, let's flip back over to Flurry. I can't look at this
Flurry's
anymore.
no CB'd Benin in the meantime. He's fighting Benin, Dagbon, and Zazao right now. I don't know. Either he's getting to Europe, man, or he's trying to circumnavigate. I don't see any other, thing he might be trying to do. No hourglass just yet, so I think our timer will end before we actually get
How is he gotten away with that? 1507.
Age of Reformation.
Dude, he's just vibing. I think, is it sunflower seeds he eats? I think it is.
Schmood.
Age, objectives, right. People now. Don actually did. Speed 5 just informed Don that he's the CEO. They went with it, dude. Yo, Don, could you unfire us?
Congratulations, Don, and hire us again, please.
Could we have our jobs back?
Don,
I like it here. I feel powerful.
Listen, call Mr. Paradox or something, please.
Call someone. Call Flurry. Also, I think they did say that if Flurry won, he would be invited back. Same thing for Aldrahill. I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth, but I think the winner does get invited back.
Yes, the winner does get invited back.
I would like to point out that in the previous season, Traxium got invited back prior to the season ending. So if they wanted to continue, winner wins. I'm just saying maybe there was something behind the scenes. Suddenly, Lath goes from 3-0 to 2-0. I'm just. Who knows? Maybe I was paid off. I wasn't. I just straight up lost to Traxium.
I don't know.
Wait, they said I want to see Lath and Flora in the next season. Well, I mean, I am 2-0 against Flora. Once in Rock, Paper, Scissors and once in an EU4 1v1 tournament. So, yeah.
So, basically, you're the defending champion.
Reigning defending, thank you. If it wasn't for that pigeon that hit my window, I'd have beaten Traxium as well. Oh, okay, well,
and
if we flip back over to... And there was also sun in my eyes. If we flip over to my point of view, we can see that the end of the Peasants' War has occurred. So that's good. Is he no longer... He's still bankrupt, though. That ends in this year, so he can finally get going. And, well, I think he's going to get 1800 before the end.
I mean, that's something. Flurry's at 9999 right now. Oh, apparently you can max out Splendor.
You can?
Well, I didn't know that.
If we flip over to Flurry.
Yeah.
If we don't want to flip over to Flurry, we can see him.
He's at 9,999 Splendor, and
so he's just maxed it.
Well, there we go. I think he.
Well, that's the number to beat. We have 3 minutes left. Let's see if Aldrahill can match it, but in less in-game time because that's the rules now. All right. Maybe he'll overflow the integer and he'll go negative. Does that count as him losing?
Yes. I'm saying it straight up right now. If he overflows, he lost.
Yeah, we actually had a secret
Oh,
rule of
he
hit
heard that.
990.
He heard that. He's definitely listening.
And that is why he hit the peak, because he's
That's
listening to our
confirmation right there.
incredible advice. Oh man.
He knows.
You've been a very
he
funny
knows.
girl,
At
Flo.
this point, chat, he knows he can't get more than 9999.
He was looking very confused.
If
Maybe
any
he
of
didn't
you
know
don't
that.
understand that number, it's no, 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 no.
All right, I've got 2 minutes 40 left. Let's see. If we flip over to Aldrahill's point of view, we say a nice little farewell to the Knights of Delhi. Well, it used to be Jampur. I believe his truces are going to be up soon. Oh, Mal was
Well,
allied at Bengal.
He still
And
has time to
everyone
claw back
around
and get more
everyone
than
around him wants his
9999.
stuff. Mate, everyone wants his stuff. Oh, God. Dude, this
I
is
think
gonna be a painful few years.
Aldrahill can still take it away here, man. Plenty of time left. He still has lots of splendor. You know, if he upgrades that Taj Mahal, man.
He
this
doesn't
could be
have
it.
it anymore. Malwa has it.
If he steals it from Malwa, man, and he upgrades it, this could still be
Let's
his.
see. 1826. Oh, God, he's gotten Comet sighted as well. It's really not
I mean,
his
listen.
day.
He just needs to get like 700 a month. Not that hard, honestly. I could probably do it. I could do it starting as...
By the way, AI
Multi.
Vijayanagar has 1300.
So the AI Vijayanagar has beat him.
It almost. I think it's about 300 behind. Oh no, Matt would declare to warn him. We might see the first ever game over stream.
No.
Like I said, I really want to hammer home the point that like it just goes to show when you're playing, it is a razor's edge. It really is.
Can he get
Like-
full annexed?
Think and Spiral. I don't think he can, but he's going to be down to a 3-province minor. He said he's got 1 minute left to set a new record and be the first person ever to get a game over screen. You got this, buddy.
Meanwhile, the AI Jaunpur in my game, in Florry's game,
Yeah.
has 1,000 splendor.
So he did better than the AI. Again, we
Well,
are
yeah,
dogging on him a little bit, but it is
Yeah, a little
a
bit.
very, very difficult thing because there are no restarts, right? If you're dedicated and you're like 20 minutes in, it's oh god, he's gonna go bankrupt the third time. And it just goes to show when you're playing at this sort of speed, on a knife's edge, trying to min-max everything, all it takes is one little slip up. I think it is, in my opinion, obvious that he would have had around double this Splendor. He probably would have had around 4,000, in my opinion, had he not taken these losses and gone bankrupt. But
probably
unfortunately, it is a case of 2AI declaring war on him, and that is all she wrote as we go into the last couple of seconds here.
I think his mistake was just not going with Vij, man. Obviously, that
course.
was the best pick possible.
Right. I think there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
And time.
It's over.
You can go ahead and pause for him.
I don't want to. I want to see it play out.
Yeah, maybe he'll get full annexed. Let's just,
I
you
think
know,
he probably would have.
the thing short a
Bengals
little
truce was up. Right. Well, there it is. Should we tally the final scores here? Florry, how much is off? Well, Florry was on 9999.
Florry's
we have
at
1916.
99.
So he has what? How much? That's an 8,000 lead.
I don't know.
Pretty-
like more than
pretty
4
good.
for sure. The biggest win, I think, the biggest margin of, well, whatever metric we've used in these challenges, I think not just in this season, but including the last season as well. A very, very dominant performance by Florryworry.
That's exactly
ladies
what
and
you
gentlemen.
want. That's exactly
Congratulations.
what you want. Right.
Let's get some
I think,
GGs and some claps.
so, yeah, in chat. Right. I mean, it's great that we saw whatever the max was. Oh man, that's intense.
That was. Congratulations to Florry, man. I listen. I said I didn't know what Splendor is. Obviously, I do. But I didn't know it could get capped at 9999.
I mean, Florry's literally played the perfect game. Like I said, he might have been able to hit it earlier if he went to Africa. Just saying. That's what my strategy
sure.
said.
But, you know,
but you can't
at the
really
end of the
argue
day-
with a perfect score.
yeah. You got
I also would like to point out that the next challenge is Sweden's Not Overpowered, where you have to get the most amount of fielded divisions. Florry
pretty
just
excited
broke
for
the
this
record of that with 1 billion. So we'll see how well he can do it
Let's
in
see
an
if
hour.
Linus
Right,
can run that
let's let's throw it back to the hosts and get their opinions on it.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
I did not know that there was a cap. It's good to know that there's a cap on Splendor, though. So thank you, Flurry, for showing us that.
I mean, one of the takeaways I discuss with Cam Christo from time to time when it comes to because he's the one that makes these challenges, is that once we get to a certain, once we've done this for a few seasons, we can probably go back and reuse like old challenges again, because a lot of them are fun and you want to see them several times. I feel like that doesn't really work when one of the players is just like, well, he maxed out the number within
Yeah, I
the
think
time.
that challenge is dead and gone now.
Yeah.
I think it's over.
We need harder challenges.
Good to note. Hang on. Let me write that down for you. Harder challenges.
So,
Harder
question.
challenges.
Do either of you, let's start with Red Hawk, do either of you feel like you could have beat Flurry's time?
Maybe using this strategy, doing the exact same thing that Flurry did, I think I would have gotten 9999 as well. I think he would have done it faster than me, though. So,
Okay.
If we get to that, he would still be the winner. So, yeah, that's what I think.
I mean, I think, like I said, the only thing, and I'd be intrigued to hear his thoughts about this, because maybe I'm being suboptimal here, but I think you can, in the ways that I tested it, get the Africa thing going at the same time as getting all the vassals. And if you can do that technically faster, then theoretically you can do it faster than him, but otherwise he basically played the perfect game. Other than that, it's just RNG.
So you've mentioned it a few times, Laith. Do you think that going with Jumpor was actually didn't help Aldrahill, or do you think that that was just some really bad RNG?
I think that Vijayanagar is by far and away the best choice. I think like I said, when I was researching it, it's a very tempting prospect because you see this +2 Splendor and you're like, well, that's easy. I'll just get that on top of all the other age objectives. But as we saw, it's a hard thing to do. And as Red Hawk pointed out, you need like 8,500 ducats, and that's without speeding it up. So by the time that you get everything said and done, you're already going to be behind by too far of a margin to close. And Vijayanagar, like I said, starts with an age objective. And we saw the AI get something like 1,500, just as Vijayanagar just like being the AI. So it's a case of the starting nation, I think. I think that would have been a lot closer had they both gone to the same nation, but that's why choices are important.
Yeah, and it's nice to have them pick different nations because then we can see different plays with both of them. So thank you to our casters. We are going to go talk to our players. Congratulations, Flurry. And I want to say, Flurry, thank you very much. What did I tell you earlier today? I had faith, right? You just got that bad RNG out of the way. Do you think that helps?
Well, actually, I tried colonizing Australia and I sent a dude there. And for like 20 minutes or something, I thought I'd been present on 2 continents, but it turned out I sent the colonist and the native migrated towards the province.
Oh, that's too funny. I better ask you, or I think Laith is going to be mad at me or just full on quit. His question to you was, why go around the Cape? Why didn't you go towards Africa sooner?
Okay, so I was intending to get all the age objectives, and then maybe if there's time, we can go to Florence, to Italy, for the Splendor Wonder. And then I was like, well, there's no way, because if you have to fight wars over there, you gotta stay paused, which means you don't get the monthly Splendor tick. So I was like, okay, well, I can do it as like a bonus objective, but I'm not going to pause whilst doing it. And so that's why I went over Africa. I could have maybe done some shenanigans in the Caucasus to get to Europe, but I figured that would be too much pausing, so I just went.
Well, congratulations. That was quite the commanding win, I have to say, Flurry.
Thank you.
Now, Aldra, why didn't you flush your bad luck? Like, what? Preparation.
Do you want to know something really stupid?
Always.
So, one of the age objectives is have 2 provinces on 2 different continents.
Yep.
I just brain farted, and I saw the 2 subcontinents as different continents. So I was thinking, Whampoa, amazing. Take a province right over here to a different subcontinent. Incredible. It's only once I didn't get the objective, I was like, That is
Oh,
maybe the
no.
stupidest thing I've done in a long time.
If you hadn't
You know,
had
ignoring
that
everything
little
else.
brain fart, would you have gone for a Vijayanagar?
Probably it was a toss-up between the two. My thinking was, wow, it's so easy to be able to get to a neighboring continent. I didn't even get close to affording Taj Mahal though, so
Yeah,
just throwing one paw out in the trash.
and that was one of the things our casters commented on, that it was really hard to get both the ducats for Taj Mahal
Right.
early enough for it to matter. We're gonna look at the second challenge in a bit. Before we do, I want to know, Aldra, like this time around, you didn't hear the casters. Do you know what the numbers were at the end?
I do, simply because I could see them. I looked to the left just at the end, just as they sort of looked at the series of 9s in Florry's Splendor.
And that leads to my follow-up question. Did you know that you could max out your Splendor? Because the studio
I did
here
not know.
didn't know, and the casters didn't
No,
know.
we've learned.
We're
I
learning
didn't know
together.
Learn
either.
something
I
new
was
every
like,
day.
Did
Of course, Flurry knows.
No, well, now, yeah, but
We've all learned something here today, but part of learning is also being able to remind oneself of the things you have learned. Thus, we're going to look at the second challenge of the night.
Yes, absolutely. Flurry's back.
Sweden is not overpowered. As Sweden, field the largest army by count of divisions, subject divisions count. Now, surely, what's a big number here, Lady Magnus?
Oh gosh, I
5.
mean, 5.
Oh no, I'm not on. I'm not on screen. They can't see me doing the face.
Yeah,
They think I'm serious now.
gosh,
Shit.
I don't know, because I've never personally done, like, I've done this, like, specifically, but I've never gotten to what Flurry is gonna pull is gonna be something ginormous, I'm sure. So I mean, it's gonna be Aldra, what's your number that you plan on doing for this? Lie to me, it's fine.
I don't have a definitive number. I have a broad strategy in a couple different paths. I'm just going to play this relatively safe, but I've got a good path.
Okay.
I'm scared though.
You're scared?
But I do think that's a valid question towards Flurry as well, because, you know, especially the people that have been watching your stream, you've been doing similar things, not necessarily with Sweden, but building up a division count. Tonight, are you going to go all out, or are you going to deploy a safer strategy to kind of combat RNG?
so I'm going to gamble for really good RNG, but if it doesn't work, I think it's a low risk, high reward strategy. Let me put it like that.
Okay.
Okay, that
If
should be
everything
interesting.
works well, then it could be a really high number, but yeah, I don't know.
And I mean, we have to.
I'm
It's
gonna end up
Sweden.
with 2.
It is Sweden.
It's Sweden, so you guys have to make us proud, right? I mean, you have to protect us
Will
from the
do,
cold.
I hope.
from the cold. It's not that bad here.
No, it's not, it's fine.
All right, we are going to let both of you go get ready and bring our casters in. Welcome back.
I think one of the things we should take away from this is that we're all learning.
Yes.
No one seems to know that you could max out Splendor.
I mean, that's kind of the good thing, though, about Paradox games is no matter how many hours you have in it, and casters, feel free to correct me, but no matter how many hours you have in it, you're always learning something new. There's always something in the game that you might not know, because there's so much to do in these games. But feel free to correct me.
I think Red Hawk
Definitely
knows
true.
everything. Oh, no, apparently not.
No, you're right. I know everything. Okay, Lathe, not so much.
Well, Lath is muted, apparently. At least we can't hear him.
He got tired of us eventually
Yeah.
making fun of
Yes.
him. And I did
I'm
ask
on
his
strike.
questions. I did ask his questions.
You did.
One of the things I wanted to check in, because, you know, let's be honest here, this is kind of up Flurry's wheelhouse because it's EU4. So,
A little bit.
admittedly, like, Aldrahill is coming in here as, and I think he would agree that he's very much the underdog. RNG, I'm being nice and positive here generally. RNG can be a thing. Like, what numbers do you think we can expect here for this challenge?
I would hate to put a number on it just because of the fact that you can't, like, there are so many different modifiers. If you remember when it was Florry versus Traxium, that overextension thing, and then suddenly they got minus 99% governing capacity, and then we have a wildly ridiculous number. So I'll be intrigued. I think it's, to be honest, going to be more about the cluster of modifiers that they get more than like the base, personally.
Okay.
It's because there's a lot of things you can do with force limit modifiers, both with subjects and outside of it. So I'll see. But I would be very surprised if they both did the exact same thing.
Yeah, I would be as well. It's going to be interesting to see what their strategies are. I mean, they're different people anyway. I'm sure that it's different styles of gameplay. So it'll be interesting to see where they go.
I did like the idea of doing a low risk, high reward, though. That just seems is smart.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see what he means by that. So let's go ahead and throw this over to our casters, and let's see what they have in store for us.
I mean, I personally prefer
Well.
high risk, low reward. You know, just makes victory taste all that sweeter.
I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking?
Go for it.
300 regiments.
You think 300? I think
300,000, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Or at least
I think you can get 500. Like if you're like lucky and you have a really good strategy, yeah, because of the modifiers. But we'll see. I will tell our boys to go, and we'll let them get started just for a second. So, what would be your strat? My strat personally would be use the Swedish mission tree, obviously, and then try and make as many vassals as possible at the end, because each individual vassal is going to have a base of what is it, 3 or 4 divisions anyway, and they'll make that. So that should provide an edge here.
I think they should be trying to go for Emperor here, man. You know, the Emperor gets a massive force limit. Maybe if there's enough time, you think they could revoke the privilege?
Oh, I mean, that's asking a bit much. I think if we flip
the
over
move, I think,
to the game, we can see how they start out. Obviously, we start out looking at Aldrahill. He has immediately gone for Vasa and taken the military advice. For those of you who don't know, this is one of the newest mission trees. Obviously, it was the titular Lines of the North DLC. And so all of this is geared towards getting independence, which is going to be stage 1. Personally, I think something that a lot of people might not have considered is that this start is going to determine everything. If you have a poor run here, if you have some bad RNG with people who get involved with Denmark, because of the events and such, then you're going to have a bad time. And it does look like that's happened here for Aldrahill, only getting independence supported by Lithuania, who have, I think it's a 90% chance to fall under Poland in a personal union, which would then remove them. So personally, I'd restart. If I was Aldrahill right now, I'd get out of here. I think this is potentially the worst start.
Independence war.
If we flip over to Florry's, we can have a look.
He's gotten support from Burgundy and all of their boys, England, and Lithuania as well. So this is everyone that's fighting Denmark. Denmark has only allied the Brandenburg and the Teutons. They have Norway, of course, but this should be easy, man. England's going to take their boats over. Burgundy's subjects are going to take their boats over. People can walk over too. So, yeah, the sooner you get this done, the better. And then you can just start with everything, man. So, yeah, very nice start by Florry over here. You're saying that you would restart in an Aldrahill situation?
If we flip back over to Aldrahill's point of view, I can show you what's happened here. He has declared the war immediately, and sure enough, immediately within the first few months of the game, Lithuania falls under Poland and the personal union, making this war that much harder. He is indeed by himself. It's not an impossible war to win, nor is it, to be honest, that tricky to win on your own. Personally, I enjoy personally enjoy winning this war on my own because you get a bunch of nice bonuses, and also from an RP point of view, it looks a lot better. But in terms of speed, I think the play here, as you saw from Florry's game, you can get a lot better allies. And those allies stay on. You have England and Burgundy, who typically don't want any land from this lot over here, meaning that you get to keep those allies, and you can maintain those really strong allies as you push eastwards. Aldrahill is not only going to have a tricky game, but he does get a stack web here. He's going to have a trickier game from the offset as well as going forwards. But having said that, it is such an open-ended challenge that there's a lot that can happen. It looks like he's got the Free Company and the Finnish Company. Does he have anyone with a siege ability? Because that really does help here.
Do you know
It's just what the base game
what
vassal.
options did he choose in the events and the missions? Like, there's various options where you take where
Yes.
you're stronger yourself and stuff like that, or allies. Do you think he's
I believe
taken
the thing is, I think he went for the Allies one, but then Lithuania bowed out immediately.
Yeah.
So I don't think he got,
Basically, it wasn't his intention to declare this war just by himself.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, I think this war is a lot easier with allies, but he did get fortunate insofar as Denmark's only compatriot here is Oldenburg, which obviously are not the strongest.
As well.
No,
Very nice.
it's just he's going to have an issue in the naval department, especially because he's not building any ships here. Unlike Florry, he doesn't have England to help him out here. We just have 3 heavies and a bunch of Danish ships going to be blocking him from going to. And okay, well, here's the issue. A lot of these pronunciations, our hosts are going to murder us for. Jarland?
Well, wait, which one? Copenhagen?
Jarland? No. Yeah,
No,
there you go.
Sealand,
Yeah, no. All right.
Or
Cheers,
Copenhagen,
mate.
yeah.
I'm just going to call it Copenhagen. The Danish capital. But like I said, it's going to be tricky. It seems like he has won a victory against the Norwegians and is coming back down south to defend this. You can't get 100% unless you get across into Sealand.
Meanwhile,
But if we
Florry's
flip back
crushing it.
over
We can
to
pop
Florry's-
back over to his POV. He is
Ooh,
already
there's a lot.
sieging Copenhagen himself. As we can see right here, England is about to pop over. Do we have naval superiority here? Kinda, yeah. Yep, England's over there as well. Siege down pretty much all of Norway. They just need Trondelag over here. Yep, there's a dub by England over there. A stack wipe on Brandenburg. They're about to wipe out Norway and the Teutons right here. Brandenburg has already been pieced out. Let's see the truce. He has taken a bunch of stuff from them, war-ups and stuff, obviously. The Teutons are about to hop out, and this is going to be a crushing defeat for Denmark. Look at this win by the English army right here, ladies and gentlemen. And at this point,
Okay,
I
make
am
sure we
getting
keep on
a
you because we do have a
notification
restart.
from the studio because Aldrahill is restarting, so we definitely have to stay on Florry's POV right here. Looks like things didn't go according to plan for Aldrahill. Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, he's restarting, right? He needs to be quick, but because Leith is observing him, Leith needs to be quick as well. So
Cheers,
this will
mate.
all be
I'm now involved in
his
the game,
hands.
ladies and gentlemen.
The pressure is on. Leith is
Oh,
sabotaging this as we speak for
What do you mean
Aldrahill.
sabotaging?
But yeah, there we go. Florry's independence war has ended. He has broken free from Denmark, taken a province from Norway, the province of Finnmark up here, and he's also taken a bunch of provinces from Denmark, all of Scania right here, along with Copenhagen. Major dub right there. I had to climb all this way to witness this major W. Boss man. That's just how it is. And he's got Johan Vasa right here, 644. You love to see it, man. You love to see it.
All right, if we flip
Obviously,
back
Lithuania's,
over to my perspective, we have an incredibly fast pit stop. No one can say that I sabotage as we see Aldrahill get ready. I think this was the absolutely correct choice. He might have waited a little bit too long to take it,
I
but
agree.
this was the right choice. Let's see Denmark's rivals are being... this is a good start for him. We've got England and Poland. He can potentially get 2 very strong, even better than Florry's long-term allies, because Poland will help him fight. So he does take Vasa. He needs to be quick, but this could be big. It's very difficult because to restart because only one individual, Traxium, has come back from a restart to go ahead and win. Right. So this is what Red Hawk was talking about at the start. You get to choose every supporter we can find. Danes are no threat, or just basically give up and lose. So if you go over here and you take over here on the clergy and you take this religious diplomats, that will mean that you have +0 opinion already. Obviously, absolutely. And let's see, does he get support independence from this lot? England, not quite Poland, unfortunately, but England. And that is a better start than the one he was witnessing.
Can you find anyone else in the macro builder?
Let's have a look.
Potentially?
I believe he should. He's declared the war.
Oh, already? Wait, he's by himself
own.
again. Why?
Why did that happen? Maybe he's refusing. Maybe he's doing it himself. Maybe he didn't want allies.
Wait, didn't he already get England to support him though?
Yeah, he did. I think he just rejected it. Or just
Someone in chat
Well,
is saying England won't leave the island. That I can say that is usually not the case since 134. The English AI, 95% of the time, will come to help you out. And in fact, you probably can't get Copenhagen without England. You'd have to wait quite a while and build up your navy significantly. Whereas if you want to do an early war, you gotta have England.
I think let's flip over to Florry's point of view as this war is ongoing, and I'll keep you updated
Now,
as things
Florry's
unfold.
just chilling right now, not doing too much. No wars, just taking tech. He is going to be running away with tech because of Johan Vasa right here. He is he scripted, Lath? Is the 644
Yes.
Johan Vasa guy scripted?
He is.
Yeah. Focusing on Mill, obviously. Now, what are the idea groups here, man? Influence, obviously, right? Do
I
they
mean, you
have
got influence,
Vessel Force
or you
Limit?
can. Yeah, they got the contribution. That's the thing. So, yeah. Basically, as far as I understand that, it's how much your vassals contribute to you will double. That is an incredibly powerful idea, and it should be the one they're aiming for. Obviously, if you're able to get quantity ideas at the same time, that plus 25% is also very useful indeed.
Yeah, looking at the policies right here. Yep, vassal force limit plus 100 with Pluto ideas. Now, obviously, Sweden can't take Pluto. They're not a republic. But we also have it with economic plus 100 force limit from vassals. So, do we have enough time to wrap up influence and economic here? What do you think? Or he
I mean,
did
it'd be
manage
very
to complete
tricky.
2 idea groups in the Viz challenge. He
But
completed
that
both
was with a
exploration and
lot
expansion.
more hands off. I mean, there is a shout, and this would be an incredibly wild shot, and you'd have
Florry
to basically
has
speed
entered
5
the
pretty much
HRE.
all of it. Nice. I
So
think you
we
could
should
technically
definitely
look
be going
at forming
for-
Russia, which could give another plus 50%. Russian idea is obviously very powerful for just the sheer quantity of men to hand.
Yeah. We can notice that he's also allied to Trier, Köln, and Brandenburg, which are 3 electors, as we know.
He's going for it.
And the Palatinate is already voting for him, even though they're not. There we go. He's also allied the Palatinate now. So there we go. 4 elector allies secured. One of them is already voting for him. These guys, after improving relations with them and stuff, they'll start voting for him too. He should, of course, add his 1 eligible province. And he just has to hope to hear that Frederick III, the starting Austrian ruler, dies. But unfortunately, Johann Vasa, his starting ruler, has also died. Can we get an F in the chat?
Oh, he's holding his face.
644 gone.
He's
And
reacted
he's got
badly
a
to that
horrible
one.
regent and a horrible
Ooh.
heir as well, ladies and gentlemen. This could be a major
Let's get some F's
blow
in chat, lads.
to his
Let's get some F's in
strategy.
chat. Oof.
And at this point, they also can't vote for him.
Because
So he might miss.
where's the
Frederick
how long's the
after-
regency? 14 years.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh,
he might
well,
miss
if we
Frederick's
flip
death.
over to my perspective, we can see maybe Aldrahill can capitalize on this. He does, in fact, have 63% war score. The English doing absolutely nothing to help, obviously, because they're not in the war. So if you're including that in your stat of 95% of the time, that would be the 5%. But I don't see him getting 100%. I think he just needs to get the war enthusiasm down to low and then get out of this war. Oh, he's marching in. This should be a victory here. Sweden does have ridiculously overpowered troops. Presumably because Paradox is based in Stockholm, although I don't think we're allowed to say
Allegedly.
that. So we'll just move on.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That's going to save our jobs. Yeah, didn't they say that we the host was saying that they were concerned that I'd quit, which again seems a little strange considering they fired us.
Listen, Don rehired us. All right.
Here we go.
Shout out to
We've
Don.
got rehired in between. Yeah, you're big up Don. And here we have Johann Vasa, 644, in charge. He's won the war. Let's see what he does now. Is he going to be going for the emperorship? This, I would say, I would
Yeah,
agree
he's
with you,
got
Red
it.
Hawk.
He's got
This is optimal. But we'll see. There are several ways you can play this. Oh, we're still 5, mate. Sorry. Don couldn't save us.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, I might
It's
just
over.
leave early here. I got a meatloaf in the oven. I gotta go take out. So I don't know.
You got meatloaf? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Right, independence of Sweden. Excellent. So, we shall see where he goes from here. Personally, I think there is something to be said. If you're not going to go the HRE strat, then heading east, right?
Yeah.
Because each one of these is going to have a base amount of force limit it offers, right? So it may be better to just go for the sheer quantity of low development provinces. And all of these also are decent ones to take. Again, you've got several different religious groups over here. Once you blitz through the Orthodox, you've got the Sunni. And it does look like that is going to be what he's going to be trying to do as he attacks Novgorod. We'll see. We are a sixth of the way through the challenge with 10 minutes gone. We shall see how this pans out. This shouldn't be a tricky war at all. If we flip over to Florry, we can have a look.
Yep, Florry is doing his own similar wars in this situation right here. He's also fighting Novgorod. They should be easily vassalizable here. Yep, less than 100% war score. In fact, it's only 50 to vassalize Novgorod. So he should be going for that, reconquering their course from Muscovy, obviously. He's about to vassalize Sapmi as well, presumably. So
that is a strong Muscovy.
Both heading in the same direction. What
is
about
he able to ally Poland?
Order, though?
The Livonian order looks horrible. It should be executed. But why would you spider out like that?
He is able to ally Poland. He is, with a little bit of improving relation, and once this war is over, he can easily link with Poland. They, at this point, aren't rivaled to Muscovy, but Muscovy has rivaled them. So Poland, pretty soon, they should help out. Yeah.
So how's he doing on the... Well, I mean, he's got another 14 years, but how's he doing on the emperorship?
Yeah. Interestingly, people aren't voting for Austria, man. No one's voting for Austria. Frederick's still alive, and they're not voting for them.
Well, he does have to hope that Frederick lives. How old is he? What, 37 at this point? 38?
He's 38. He should live a little while longer, I'm thinking. Someone in chat said historically he died in 1493, but listen, this isn't historically accurate now.
This is an ahistorical game. When did the
Livonian Order look like this, boys?
Bring me one historical thing about this game. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the Livonian Order.
Shout out Mehmed II, by the way.
big shout out. You just felt like that. Wait, if you look at the Livonians, take away a few things, it looks like it's spelling out an L or an F. It's spelling out an F.
Yep. It's F in the chat for Florry.
F in the chat for Florry, boys. Or either or the Livonian Order is a massive fan.
Yeah, he's also declared on them at this point as well in the Swedish conquest of Neva. They are too big to be vassalized, I think.
All right, I want people to spam Livonian F in chat to show our support for a Livonian boy. I'm no longer supporting Aldrahill. I'm no longer supporting Florry. I'm supporting the Livonian Order.
Let's see if they stay alive.
I stand with the... What was that tone of voice? Let's see if they stay alive. Like a host
he has not vassalized Sapmi. He's taken that province. He's taken the province of Kola right here. Obviously, there's a valid reason for this. Maybe he needs it for a mission, maybe something like that.
Well, I think it's right at the end you wanna have them all be free, right? So right at the end you want to release as far as I understand it, and how I Lathonian Order, I hate you. As far as I understand it, I personally would try and grow as much as possible, and then right at the end, have my vassals pop out of me, and then give them like a year, 2 years to build up to their force limit. Especially if they're disloyal, they're probably more likely to do that to try to declare war.
But you gotta build up as well, right?
Well, before that, yeah, I'm saying right at the end. Right at the end. Like I said, I would head east and try and hit as many tags as possible. And if we flip over to Aldrahill's game, I can show you how things are going over there.
Meanwhile, I'm going to take a look at if we need to stay as Sweden or can our players form other nations. So let me look at how the challenge is written, actually.
And then we can make a judgment call.
It says, as Sweden, field the largest.
So probably have to stay. Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to flip as Russia.
I would say you have to stay as Sweden. Yep.
Excellent. All right, well, I'm glad we cleared that up, even though they can't hear us. So if either one has that in their mind. He's done well in this war, not losing a single battle, and also conserving manpower very, very nicely. As I've been watching this unfold, it has been a very, very nice experience because, yeah, he's taken the battles he should take. Ooh, we'll see if this one is one of those. Look at that morale difference. That is ridiculous.
Massive.
Yeah, I can't say that Aldrahill has put a single foot wrong since restarting, so definitely the right choice here.
Yeah.
Personally, I would be taking as much land as possible, potentially leaving enough to vassalize them in a later war. But you do want to make sure that you cut them off from Muscovy, because you're not going to be able to do this. Muscovy being quite weak in this war. We are only obviously in this game. We are only 5 years in, but I personally, ally the Poles, which he can do, and it does look like he's been improving. No, just respectful of the Swedish might. He should be allying them. All right, he's taking land. Nice. Not cutting off the Muscovites from them, but that shouldn't be a problem. He can ally the Polish. We'll see if he sees that at any point. But if he allies the Poles, who in this game are rival to Muscovy, so would help him out, he can use that to destroy Muscovy, because Poland-Lithuania is stronger than Muscovy at the start, in my opinion. And it does look like he's snaked over here. Hopefully he starts getting that claim, goes into the hordes, goes into the caucuses, takes as much land as possible, and then releases them all as vassals.
Well, there you go. There's the strategy right there, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
Obviously, Leith has worked it all out. Meanwhile,
Yeah, you got to remember, I had to do this. All right,
Yeah,
flip
he
over.
He has started another war himself, fighting the nation of Riga this time, and Bremen and Hamburg. Obviously, they're always in that, well, usually they're in that trade league, fighting some of these guys down here. His HRE Elector buddies are helping him out, but this should be another easy war, man. Is he going to vassalize Riga? Presumably, right? And he has also taken provinces from Novgorod. Novgorod is a 2-province
Has he
nation right
vassalized
now,
them?
but yeah, he has also vassalized them, and there's lots, of course, to reconquer for them from Muscovy and friends. But yeah,
So interestingly, if you look at the ideas, right? If you release all of the vassals, then you got the vassal force limit contribution, which is great. But you have to remember, I would say this challenge is more about economy than military, right? Because it's not about what your force limit is, it's about how many you have fielded in that last little bit. So the more money you have, the stronger economic base you have, the more units you can throw out. So obviously releasing vassals is great, but you need to time it such that you can leverage all of the loans. So you take out every single loan possible. Then you build as many troops as you can without going bankrupt, within the next year. And then you release all of your vassals, and that is the most optimum thing. That is an incredibly fine line. You miss that by one tick, you go bankrupt, all your vassals will declare war on you, and it all goes horribly wrong. So it doesn't matter who actually is ahead up until the last 5 minutes. Yeah, the last 5 minutes are going to be what makes it here, because someone could be incredibly far behind. For example, Florry could be 100,000 units behind, or 100,000 men behind, and then suddenly come out ahead because of a stronger economy, because Aldrahill does something wrong. And if we flip over to Aldrahill's point of view, we see that he is, only 6 years behind Florry. Only 6 years behind Florry, and in a similar place, but unfortunately he's getting negative stability happen very, very quickly. 27,000 Danes.
die for him as well?
He did.
Well, there we go. We're on slightly more even footing.
Johann Vasa really not doing well for either contestants today. But he is doing well
as a general
over here. Yeah, but that's still, I think it's just super unlucky on both ends. Let's see.
What
Looks
are
like he's going to go and
Aldrahill's
deal with these
alliances?
rebels.
Is he trying to go for the emperorship as well?
He hasn't allied anyone.
I see. Do you think
Hasn't
he
allied
is going to
anyone.
go for the emperorship?
No. At this point, you can't join the HRE. No.
Interesting.
I don't think he's going to.
I mean, he can still get voted emperor.
He can, but it's very tricky when you're outside the HRE.
True.
So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I think you just got to build up a strong economy. Part of that, in my opinion, is dominating this trade node. So you want to take as many centers, because this is an incredibly valuable trade node, especially if you have Novgorod as well.
He's got to go for the Teutons before Poland does. Lots of things that need to be taken care of here.
Lots of rebels here. I
Based on the
personally would
size of
prioritize
HRE,
getting rid of these.
you could get around.
Oh no,
40
not
force
again.
limit.
Not again.
Is he going to go
Bankruptcy looming.
bankrupt? Not again.
Yeah. Okay.
No, please.
Looks like because he has to build, he has to increase his stability.
In the chat.
He has to increase his stability to make sure that the loan size interest rate is smaller. But he cannot be doing this. He needs to get out. He's got 1,300 loans.
Of money.
He needs to take these provinces back. I personally, at this point, you white peace. Get out. Just get out. Take as much money as you can.
Yeah. He doesn't have the time to restart again, man.
Cannot
40
afford
minutes left.
this.
Yeah.
Oh. So we'll see. It looks like he is now rushing to go and deal with these rebels. Oof, that's a painful naval loss here.
What does he have?
He's going to go
Nobles,
bankrupt. He's
separatists?
going to go bankrupt.
When? Next
He
month?
needs to take corruption. But 2 months. He has to take corruption. This is a horrible situation to be in.
No.
He's playing it too close to the line again.
Chat, pray. Pray.
This is it. If he doesn't do something now... Oh, this is bankrupt.
Has he gone
Does he
bankrupt?
realize? He didn't... I don't think he realized he was that close.
Did he go? No, he didn't, right?
He's bankrupt. No, he's bankrupt. He's bankrupt. 100%. I'm just checking the messages to see if he's going to restart. It's an odd time to go bankrupt this early. I think he's just playing it too close to the
7
edge.
years into the game.
Yeah. He's playing so well up until that point. I think he went too hard on this Livonian war. He should have pieced out and dealt with these Danish vassals, if you're in that poor of a shape, you gotta get out. He's shaking his head. He's not sure.
What do you think he can accomplish here with a
You gotta restart. You gotta restart. You gotta restart. Go for the Emperor ship.
Restart again.
All right, let's do it. All right, if we switch over to Florry in the meantime.
Yeah, we can pop back.
We'll get this going.
Florry. Meanwhile, Florry's gotten the event to get a PUCB on Poland, and if we check the the diplomatic map mode with a truce, we can see that he probably he doesn't have the CB to PU Poland. But then again, a junior partner, how valuable is it? Sure, Poland is gonna help him beat up like Muscovy or maybe some guys in the HRE like that, but as you guys know, a junior partner doesn't really help out with economy and with force limit and stuff like that, right? Meanwhile, Florry's at 2 subjects, Novgorod and Riga at this point. He has vassalized both of them. Of course, the Livonian Order, their war score was over 100%, right? So he couldn't take provinces and vassalize them or just vassalize them in one war. So that's why he's left them as 3 provinces. Hopefully, he can vassalize them later. Muscovy doesn't fight them. Muscovy has a truce with them as well, so he might be good here. But then again, he can just pop them out later, so it's not really going to be a problem.
All right, in another incredible turnaround of a pit stop, we're back in Aldrahill starting once more.
Amazing.
He needs to go for allies this time around, in my personal opinion. Like I said, chat, as you saw just there with Aldrahill, it can all go wrong within a couple of month ticks. You don't account for one little thing, it's done. So whilst Florry is obviously quite far ahead, it does come down to the last 5 minutes. Because if you play it too close to the edge, you'll go bankrupt. If you go too close to the edge, you'll go bankrupt. But if you don't go far enough, you won't get the units out on the field. That's what matters. Not force limit, how many units you have out on the field.
For sure.
So
Meanwhile, Frederick the third is still alive. Florry still can potentially get the Emperorship. Karl here is going to ascend to the throne in about 4 years' time. So I think he should be good, man. It's just a matter of time if these guys will start voting for Florry immediately. His allies, still allied to the... Actually, no. Florry's not allied to the Palatinate, Köln, and Trier anymore. Only to Brandenburg, only 1 elector. So let's see if he can re-ally Trier. He has allied Bohemia. Or no. No, he hasn't. Köln, he can link with Köln, obviously, right here. The Palatinate. He can ally the Palatinate, yeah.
Is Bohemia rival to Austria?
Bohemia is rival to Austria, yes.
There is a chance he could have gone in, and this is really tricky, but he could have potentially, right at the start, gone in and gotten the Bohemia PU. It requires a little bit of luck, but you can technically grab that.
Not wrong. He is still in the HRE, as we can see. Is GovCap an issue for him at this point? It is. He is slightly over GovCap. Maybe he can give out a privilege for
how close is he
GovCap,
to...
then again.
Yeah, he should be fine. Meanwhile, in my game, if we flip over, we can see that Aldrahill starting in dominant fashion with another stack wipe. This war, remember, he was able to catch up really quickly. He was only 5 years behind Florry, having restarted. So believe me when I say it's not over. It's not like the last challenge where once you have an established lead, it's pretty much done. This one, everything can change in the final 5. And Aldrahill has shown that he's not going allies, but that's because it's clearly a practiced strategy. And it went really, really well last time. So we'll see if he's able to navigate the dangerous line between bankruptcy and boom.
Gotta be a little more careful this time. That's pretty much about it.
Okay, let's see. I think at this point, you've got to take out this Norwegian lot for a little bit of extra war score.
Mm-hmm.
I would be curious to see if he... how much emphasis he places on not having allies. Because obviously he hasn't done that. He doesn't have a general on this army. I think he's seen that. Yes, he's seen that. Excellent. So there's the 3-4. And that's a nice little victory there. Although, having said that, this time around, stronger allies in the Teutonic Order for Denmark. So this is going to be a rather tricky one.
Depending on what the Teutons pick in their events as well.
It's going to be rough. It's going to hurt, but again, he can probably get this war done in about 4 years. But this could be a stack wipe. It's not. Okay, it's good. Right, if we flip over to Florry, I'll keep you updated as to the progress of this war and when it finishes.
Meanwhile, Florry is fighting Denmark once again. At this point, Denmark has allied to Brandenburg, his previous ally, East Frisia and Norway, but he has called in some of his boys as well, his vassals, along with Austria-Hungary at this point, and Burgundy and France. But Burgundy, they've lost Flanders, they've lost Brabant, they only have Holland for some reason. Why? Well, I guess we'll never know. But he did declare a Swedish-Danish war for the Norwegian throne. So this is one of those
that mission coming in.
CBs, right? Yeah, there we go.
Indeed.
The Swedish Scania mission. So yeah,
You
that's
can
what
also
he's doing
get
for right now. This
Denmark
should be pretty
following
easy
that
for
mission
him.
tree as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that's
You know,
a
a
lovely
drawback.
event.
Even though it is pretty nice to do the war independently with Denmark, the thing is, can Aldrahill cross over to Copenhagen, right? That is going to be pretty important, I feel like, in
Well,
the first
he
war.
didn't need
to
to
get money
last
and
time.
stuff like that as well.
He didn't need to last time, and like we saw, it was a blistering start for him. Clearly, No Allies does have its own merits. If we flip over to Aldrahill, we can get a little bit of an update. I'll show you that he did just stack wipe over here in Stockholm, and it looks like he's getting another stack wipe again. The Teutons, because of their starting ideas over here of discipline plus 5% and cavalry combat ability, are really nasty to fight. So
Tricky.
looking at this, you really want to get out of this war ASAP. You got to hope Poland attacks them, which isn't going to happen for a number of years. So at this point, either stack wipe them, trap them on the Islands if you can, if you have no priority. He does not in this case. The Teutons also add to that. But he can peace out in a little bit, because this war exhaustion will tick down.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
You just got to be a lot
Does
more
he have
careful with his
defensiveness?
economy this time.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, right at the end, that's when it comes all to a head, because you can spam out divisions like nobody's business. And you can have that for a couple of months. I think he's going to lose this battle. Oh, no, he wins. Excellent.
Nice.
Razor thin margins. My God.
Yeah, that was real close. Too close for comfort, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's see. Yeah. What? Wait, hang on. So we've already said that Florry can't tag switch, right? We said he's not
meanwhile,
allowed. So if he
developments
does,
in Florry's campaign, huge developments we need to flip over immediately, because Florry has just gotten Burgundy. He has gotten the Burgundian inheritance, ladies and gentlemen, and he also has inherited, Holland indirectly. So at this point, it is a junior partner, but if he can get the horse event, inherit these lands, these are very valuable lands that he can release a ton of subjects from. He can pop out Burgundy, Picardy up here, Hainaut again, apparently. Too bad he doesn't have Flanders and Brabant, but he can pop out Holland once again, Luxembourg too. So many nations, man.
the really interesting thing about that is it was the Burgundian inheritance that won Aldrahill the game against Ghibli to put him in good stead for the final. So now it might be the Burgundian inheritance that undoes him.
True.
That's little parallels, that.
And he's in a war with Austria. So no matter what Austria demands right here, well, they're not going to get it, are they? And Frederick's still alive. As we can see, Colan, the Palatinate, voting for him. He's tied with
Look at that
Bohemia
smug
at this
grin.
point.
Look at that.
Tied with Bohemia at this point. And those guys are voting for him. They're not even his allies. As soon as he ends this Danish war, boom, 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 he'll link up with some other electors. He should have the emperorship as soon as this guy right here dies. And he's 51. So a very nice comeback by Florry right here. And we can take a look at what Aldrahill is doing in the meantime.
We can. Aldrahill has just taken tech. He's tech 4, which should help with this war tremendously. Things are plodding along. Obviously not as
He
easy
has
as
been
the last
declared
one.
on by Austria. Sorry to interrupt.
Wait, what? Florry?
Florry's been declared on by Austria. Even though they were in a war, I didn't think that could happen.
Let's flip over and have a look at that then.
Yep. So Austria demanded the lowlands, which is pretty much all of this up here, be released into the HRES Princess. Florry declined. And even though they were in a war together, Austria did declare on him. It's just Austria, Hungary, Munich, and Passau, and Sweden, and, well, their subjects. Florry doesn't have any allies. If he did have allies, all of them would obviously jump in on his side. This may be a little bit tricky.
That is
but if he can pull this off and even just white piece them, still, Burgundy and these provinces up north.
Mind you, Austria does have the capacity to go a bit mental. It goes one of two ways, right? Austria can either be one of the greatest allies because they have such a high force limit. If you go and switch into them, We can take a look at their manpower and their force limit situation. What's it looking like?
Obviously they're the Emperor, man. 58 force limit and max manpower is 69,000. They're almost at max. They can't slacken, but yeah, Austrian AI right here, when they enter a war, they go way overboard. Lots of armies.
Well, having said that, Ghibli did lose because of a really defunct Austrian AI.
An incompetent Austria, that's true.
So it could go one of two ways. If Florry comes up against the incompetent AI, he will have a field day. If he comes up against the kind of Austria that tends to turn up, if you're unlucky, then he's already in Vienna.
This should be easy. He already pieced out Denmark. He does have Norway and a coalition at the same time. Let's take a look at that coalition that Florry has found himself into. Not a lot of nations, just some northeast HRE guys, and Poland doesn't really like him, but it can't end.
That's amusing. Ghibli is in chat, and she's praying for dumb Austria. She's wishing her own misfortune on Florry.
Yeah.
That, to be fair, that was one of the worst things I've ever seen. Was watching her Austria.
That Austrian AI was horrible in her game.
For context, chat, she relied on Austria to beat Naples in a war, and Naples destroyed Austria. Austria had nothing wrong with it, refused to build over 10,000 men, got fully occupied, and lost her the game. It was ridiculous. If we flip over to Aldrahill, I can indeed show you that somehow he's still on track to the last one. I don't know how he's done it. It's a combination of very well played EU4 and Miltech 4. He's declared war on Novgorod, and let's see the loan situation. He can have up to 30. He's taken 9. He's a third of the way to bankruptcy. Doubtless he will be keeping an eye on this.
Still
this
losing
time,
a lot of money, though.
Oh, absolutely. He's very far over resource limit. He's trying to
never been in a position to lose that much money, so...
But he can vassalize Novgorod in this war perfectly. That has gone very nicely for him indeed. Let's see, would Poland ally him? Poland would absolutely ally him. Let's see if he sees that and takes advantage. But he's in a good place. And as I've mentioned time and time again, it's the last 5 minutes that'll count. So whilst Florry is bogged down in that Austria war, that does give Aldrahill a chance to build up. So we shall see.
He's just sacked Vienna.
All right, that's helpful. Let's flip over to Florry and we can see how this war criminal decides to proceed.
Yeah, only 8% war score, even though he holds Vienna. He is getting somewhat occupied up north. They have obviously, carpet sieged him a little bit. But I think he's still in a pretty good position, man. Dijon
because Dijon's the war goal.
Yeah. I think they are going to get it, man. I think they are going to get it. Unless, he is trying to walk this army over here. Let's see Miltech. Austria's Miltech.
He should win that.
He's 5. Yeah, he should have this. Let's take a look at the battle right here. He's got a better general. 4 shock. This should definitely be in the bag, man.
Oh, having said that, the Austrian, look at that morale from Austria.
Oof, wait. Yeah.
Look at that morale. They're going to do it.
He's not going to win this.
The Austrians.
Yep. That
a Miltech behind, stepping up for Aldrahill.
Behind. Yep.
He's been sent backwards.
Major L by
a huge reversal of fortune,
putting him at
and we can see
war score.
Oh, the Hungarians are north. The smile gone from Florry's face. A little bit of panic maybe in his eyes here. We shall see. Meanwhile, if we flip over to Aldrahill's point of view, he did not vassalize Novgorod and instead decided to expand his economic base. Probably a good idea. He can come back for Novgorod. He ended it.
Yep.
What was it for?
War with Austria.
If we flip over back to Florry's point of view, we can have a look.
His truce is only 5 years. So that was a white piece right there, ladies and gentlemen.
That is all he needed. Fortunate for him.
And
that is very
fortunate. He can re-ally
indeed.
Austria too. Easy.
That is incredibly fortunate.
As soon as Frederick is dead, he's going to be emperor. Force limit is going to shoot up to around, 70 something, maybe even 80. Excellent play.
Having said that, if they'd taken Dijonais, whew,
yeah, whew, that would
have been pretty bad for him. All right, if we flip over to Aldrahill's point of view, I'll take you through the current situation that he faces himself in. He looks like he's not going to let more Danish rebels rise up. He's going to challenge them first time, as he should have potentially last time.
Yep.
And at this point, I think he has in fact allied the English and also the Poles, 2 very strong allies.
Excellent.
It does not appear to me like he is going for the HRE. strat, which could backfire on him potentially, but again, it is RNG based, so we shall see.
Third time's the charm.
I think now that he's got this Polish-Lithuanian alliance going on, just storm eastwards. If he's not going to go for
sure.
The HRE, there is no need to be messing around in Europe. You just storm eastwards, straight through into the caucuses, a long line to get as many contact with as many different people as possible. We have around 20 minutes left, a third. Yeah, you just blitz it at this point. Again, it's an economic-based sort of situation. So you got, in my opinion, if you're going to play this optimally from the start, what you do is you storm eastwards, take a bunch of territory whilst also trying to get the emperorship and whilst also trying to get the Burgundian inheritance. If you're very lucky, you'll get the emperorship and the inheritance, and you can snake down here, touching as many nations as possible to try and build A, an economic base, B, attack as many different nations, C, then release them right at the end, and then build up as much as possible.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
We'll see that sequence of events.
What got to go with.
We'll see what they do.
I'm happy to say that Flurry has been elected the emperor.
No way. Let's flip over and have a look.
Yes, already in 1470, he is the emperor. Of course, no one is voting for him again because he doesn't have an heir yet. But there we go. Sweden is the emperor at this point, ladies and gentlemen. His immediate force limit is 61. Now, he is not going to take her, right? Because it's a woman and he can't... Or he can just pass, what's it called?
Pragmatic sanction.
Pragmatic sanction.
That
so
does
he actually
cost.
can take this heir right here.
He looks a little bit
We'll
shocked
see.
by something. He's not sure about something.
Yeah, he has been paused for quite a while here. Maybe he's debating the Teutons here. Of course, he should let them in. That will increase the force limit he gets. Right now, he gets 32.5 force limit based on the nations that are in the HRE. So that's not bad at all.
Interesting.
Call for
And like I
Rex
said,
reform has
we'll
already been passed.
see at the end. So the sequence of events I would expect is you take out a bunch of loans, build a bunch of units, then release your boys, and then you ride out and see if you can get them to build as many as possible. Each of them should build a minimum of 3, and then from there, make sure you don't go bankrupt. After that, you should be set, and that should be your final score. So that's why I keep on repeating that it comes down to the final 5.
Yeah. It seems that Flurry has actually taken the heir, but disinherited, because he is at very low prestige, minus 40 at this point. So, yeah.
Interesting. So this could all change.
Develops.
He's a 21-year-old Karl the Ninth, but we did see Johann Vasa die quite young. So we'll see maybe if a death comes, that could change everything.
And there we go. He's just got a new heir. Once again from an event. 3, 4, 6. Pretty good. And
did
he
he
did take that heir. Yeah, he did take
Are they
it. So now he
voting
can
for
get
it?
voted again, obviously. No one's voting for him just yet. Let's see if he is allied to any electors. He is allied to Cologne. And he is presumably trying to re-ally Brandenburg. He can re-ally Brandenburg. They're already transferring trade power to him, and he's got a royal marriage with them. So yeah, he should be able to link with Brandenburg. Going into the Imperial map mode, once again, these are the electors, the standard guys, the guys that start off. So yeah, he should be pretty good. He's also allied Poland right here, presumably to help him take down Muscovy. Muscovy is warning him at this point. And let's take a look at the coalition as well. Still the same. And that's what's going on in Flurry's game. Let's take a look at Aldrahill.
Right, well, having a look at Aldrahill, it is just rebel management. This time, keeping a much tighter grip on the economy. And like I said, it does seem that he's just managing the realm. It's a very stable realm indeed. Personally, I think at this point, he does... Let's see how much he's in debt. 732 in debt, 10 loans, a third of the way to bankruptcy. Honestly, not that bad. You got to start pushing east at some point.
Yeah.
You know, he's 10 years in.
He's running
He
out
has
of
a
time
force
here,
limit of
20 minutes
23.
left.
Absolutely. We'll see. There are a lot can happen in tournaments, and it is the final 5 that counts. But over here, he doesn't have enough. He can release Karelia. He can release, I think it's Sapmi, Finland. And as I've mentioned, it is sort of a hard thing to balance. I don't think we're going to see any ideas, like filled out ideas, that is. Obviously, we've got a war against the Livonians, potentially trying to secure that Baltic trade node for the stronger economy. We're right at the end of quantity ideas is the land force limit modifier, and right at the end of influence is the vassal force limit contributor. So
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see either of those things come into play here. I think if your strategy was predicated on that, you might blitz it, but I don't, because we're not seeing that from either one of these players here. I don't think that's what we're going to be experiencing right at the end. Let's see this war. I think it's just they take territory. Did he call them in for favors? I think it was for favors. Probably presuming to make the war a little bit easier, but he probably should have redirected that against Muscovy. Muscovy having, let's have a look. Muscovy, this is an underpowered Muscovy. 34,000 troops. Only 34,000.
Yeah. He can easily
Lithuania could take that easy. He could rinse them, yeah.
Very easily,
but,
yeah.
Let's have a look. I think, he used up his favors to call them in against the Teutons and Livonians.
I mean, I feel like he did need them for that in order to, manage the economy a little easier, right?
Potentially, yeah. I think, again,
Not
it is a
make the same
knife's edge
mistake
sort
from
of thing.
last time.
He isn't paying his troops, and he's still losing money from fort maintenance. Get rid of those forts, dude. Get rid of the forts. Get rid of the advisors. He's got full advisors. Interesting. Okay.
Or he's saving up some points right now. He's at Tech 3 and in admin and diplo.
If we flip over to Florida,
only
you can
taking up
take us
mill.
through that.
Yeah, as we can see right here, saving up some points. Nice event right there. Oh, there we go. He just took admin Tech 4, so yeah. He has got to open up
Let's
with
see what-
influence, right?
I mean, I don't know, man. I think economic
Muscovy
at
is
this
pretty
point.
strong in Florry's game right here. They still got a bunch of subjects, 40k troops, no manpower though. It is an issue for Muscovy early on, even for the AI, but they are fighting Nogai right now. This would be an awesome time to declare, if he could. Let's
Has
see if
Florry
that
gotten rid of the
actually
forts
does
in his lands?
Florry has only one fort at this point in Copenhagen.
Yeah. I think that is
Yeah.
the play, because they're expensive
Yeah,
and
for
they're
sure.
not going to do too much. I get a lot of slack for always deleting all my forts, but I think it's optimal. Aldrahill has not done that, and it is going to cost him a lot of money.
Depends on a nation,
Oh,
I'd
of
say.
course. I would say in this challenge, potentially the right idea. What idea group would you take then at this point? Considering they're not going to be able to
Influence.
finish the idea group, most likely. You take influence, but they're not going to be able to finish it.
Yeah, 16 minutes left. You're right, actually. Quantity.
I mean, that's going to
then.
be what? Around 2,800? Dip? Like, unless you're purely focusing that, I don't think so. Again, quantity, it's a similar... Well, quantity, you can at least get the manpower from the
finisher,
first
yeah.
idea group. So I would
In that
personally go for
case-
quantity in this case, potentially. Alternatively, I'm looking around.
Maybe Aristo?
Maybe...
I don't know.
I think
It is
this
the
maybe
fourth
economic...
one in aristocratic?
What do you think, chat? Eco admin for more loans, probably. I mean, yeah. I think that is the play.
There's a bunch of options, honestly, yeah. Admin maybe for the mercs.
Admin for the mercs,
Merc
economic
discount,
for
merc
the
maintenance.
obviously economy. There is an argument for trade ideas, though it's a very weak one in my opinion. All right, lads, let's see. What idea
New
group would
champion
you
of
pick?
Joust.
Number 1 for admin. Number 2 for economic. Number 3 for influence, and number 4 for quantity. So just spam which number you think it'll be. Let's have a look. Let's see what chat says. 0. Okay. 4 is saying quantity. Pretty much everyone is saying quantity. That's a lot of quantity. People are saying 5. I don't think 8. What? Okay, 6. Right, lads. I gave you 4 options, and you picked 5. This is childish behavior, chat. I don't expect this from you. You forgot already. It was 4 things. How did you forget? I don't think speed 5 for the ideas is a shout here. I think you really do need to try
I don't
and
think so. I don't think it's the play.
land. Doesn't look like he's gonna be conquering anyone though. Nah, surely not. He can't take any ideas. I would be surprised if they get through 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, honestly.
Meanwhile,
2 or
if we
3,
flip over to
something like that.
Aldrahill, we have another case of going as close as possible. He can have another 20 loans, so he's got another round about 2,000
Losing
ducats.
so much
play
money
with.
though. At this point,
He's
Florry's making,
losing
like 5
12.
ducats.
Well, yeah, he's losing 12. He's losing a lot. It's because of all this fort maintenance. Each one of these forts is a ducat. So he's got about, 1, 2, 3, 4 forts. That's costing him a lot. Also, these forts over here, he also has to pay for it. Despite the fact he's occupying them, he has to pay for these forts.
Yeah.
And that's
your subject easy.
Yeah, well, I don't think he has any subjects. He doesn't have any subjects. So he's declared war for the Norwegian throne. I mean,
But
the
there's
issue
just a
being
junior
he has
partner.
to...
It's not that important. Maybe to get
But
them
also
to another mission.
he has to take this province, and he can't take it. He hasn't built any ships.
Copenhagen?
Yeah, he can't take it.
Yeah.
Potentially. I mean, we'll see. He did take
You know,
Riga.
Flory only has
pieced up
one loan,
Teutons.
man. Yeah.
He thought, yeah. Well, I mean, he is the emperor as well, so it'd be very surprising. Let's see what he takes from the Romans. I can only assume that he's pausing to take this peace deal. You got to take as much land as possible. You have to. He's going to have a command over the Baltic Sea, which is going to help economically quite a bit. All right, there we go. He has to get rid of these forts. He really, really needs to. That is going to be a huge drain. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
He's got like
He's
5 or
spending
6
7.
forts he can get rid of.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can get rid of them all. That's 7 ducats a month he's paying for. Okay. So unfortunately for him, what he did was he pieced out the Teutons, but he did it too early, which meant the Teutons went and joined the Danish war.
I see.
Yeah, which is going to be impossible for him to get to Sealand now. He needs to either build navies or he needs to go march around and take the Teutons.
Yeah. Or
Either that or he wanted the Teutons to come in, which actually would be a decent idea. It's not 2 ducats per fort, it's 1
Flory
ducat.
has actually just started his build-up right now, ladies and gentlemen. If we pop back over...
But if we switch over to Flory, we can have a look.
Aldrahill, but he's already at 65 out of 69 force limit. He is losing money now, but not that much, man. Only like
the build up. You'll trust me, you'll see the build up. When the build up happens, I anticipate that both the lot.
Yeah.
Is he manpower banking?
For war with Muscovy.
How much manpower does he have? Is he at his max?
Manpower.
Yeah,
He's
that's
at
why. So he needs to.
Max is 103k.
Okay, then he's fine. I think what you can't let that max manpower go over. Like I said, when I was running this, when I was testing it, if you hit that max, the most efficient thing to do is to build a unit always, because that manpower cap is as many troops as you're able to handle, pretty much.
Yeah.
You can take around. I mean, what's his loan size?
Loan size at this point is 172. Let's take a look at his autonomy.
Presumably,
It is fairly high, and he can actually decrease autonomy big time in a lot of provinces.
So presumably he can take around 8,000 loans. 8,000 loans, right? So that's 8,000 ducats. Which means he can build 800 units technically. Which is why I'm saying you need to keep on banking it, because that's going to take 800,000 manpower, and that's not going to be possible. Right, now that we are in almost the final 10 minutes, chat, what do you think the number is that you would get or that you think is reasonable? What number should they be aiming for? What are you expecting to see here in the amount of divisions? Red Hawk, what do you think?
He is loaning up major.
Oh, here we go. That is the build-up.
7k ducats. Brink of
400k, 400k,
bankruptcy.
500.
Yeah, I'm still thinking
10 minutes.
300k, man. Personally.
I
Lots of
think-
500s
yeah.
in the chat.
Once at 1 billion. You'd have to be, I don't know, insane to get 1 billion.
I mean, it's possible, obviously.
If Flory got 1 billion in an hour after he's been spending weeks trying to do it and has been appealing on Twitter so many times to try and get someone to please run it, then yeah. All right, if we flip over to Aldrahill just before Flory begins his full build-up, I can give you a little update on the situation here. It does appear that he has lost 2 forts to the attacking armies. It is going to be a very rough war for him indeed. This Teutonic thing kind of sucked, and he split his forces.
Man, honestly.
Yeah, I think, like we said, Aldrahill is an incredibly skilled player. I think it is just a case of he needs to get in there. He needs to get in there now. He needs to get in there. I think he is going for it. The only tricky thing is he didn't go for it.
Oh, he wasn't. He didn't.
No, but they're just going to come in afterwards. I don't think he's going to get there in time. Yeah, okay. Well, that sucks. He split his troops, unfortunately, which means he's trying to do too much at once. He's trying to siege down Norway, which isn't going to give him that much war score, at the same time as allowing this to take place. Personally, I think he needs to try and blitzkrieg the Teutons, because this is only going to get worse. They're through his forts now. So we'll see how that takes place. And remember the build-up. So he has 9 minutes. In my opinion, he has 4 minutes to do whatever he needs to do in this war. His navy's dead.
And then, build up. We can jump back over to Flory in the meantime. He is at 150,000 regiments at this point, losing 150 ducats a month, 141. to be exact. 18k manpower, he can still push up a little bit more right here. Obviously, he's paused. He's doing some calculations at this point. But yeah, this is what his armies are looking like. You know, at this point, build 19k more troops. Merc up, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, I don't think Merc up yet. You want to do the Mercs right at the last thing and release everyone right at the last thing.
He's building barracks. More manpower.
That's the play. He has enough in the bank to be able to sustain this for the next couple of months. I think he might have built up a bit too early here, personally. That's going to be tricky
even if he goes bankrupt,
to do.
He's not going to lose these troops.
But he'll lose the building.
They're not mercs, right? He will lose the buildings, yeah. I mean, he can get corruption.
Yeah, he can stave it off a little bit.
There we go. Building more troops right there. Let's see how this progresses.
Yeah, I think he has. He's taken care. He's increased his loan size, I believe. Yeah, well, if we flip over to Aldrahill, I'll take you through his current war. He's managed to actually fend off this lot. He's done very well to stay in this thing. In my opinion, he needs to peace out. Unfortunately for him, they are going to be taking land off him, but
yeah, he's just getting bogged down way too much. No allies in this war?
No allies. Yeah, and
it's him.
The ticking war score is going to go up by 7. He is building galleys, but that's not going to be enough. Unless, of course, the Teutons peace out. He's going for these forts. If he didn't have these forts, it would have been a bit easier. So we'll see. I think if we flip over to Florryworry, we can start to see the end game. I think what he's going to be trying to do is build up as much as possible in terms of manpower.
So he is releasing vassals.
There you go.
Finland, Sapmi, barracks have been built, like I said earlier, loaning up even more.
But yeah, because he has them
loans out right now. There's
well, the issue is that he has to wait for them to build up their troops.
Yeah. 5 vassals at this point. I think Estonia just popped out. 6. Yep, 6 vassals at this point. Too bad he didn't get the Burgundian lance. No horse event, but that's just based on luck.
But he also did get, the Burgundian inheritance on its own and also the emperorship. So I don't think you can lament poor RNG in this case.
There's Gallia as well, I think. Let's just make sure. Yep. So 7 vassals. Who else can he release?
Let's have a look.
I think that's pretty much
that's everyone.
Yeah.
Novgorod? No, Novgorod's already a vassal. That is everyone.
Yeah, that should be
He now has a year left. To be fair, he's got 6 minutes left. I will say, from my own experience in these Master Universalis challenges, that if you leave it too long and panic and try and do everything, you won't do it in the right sequence and you mess it up. So sort of having 10 minutes towards the end to develop everything, like for me, when I had to maximize Venice trade, there's so much you have to do in the final 5 minutes in a challenge like this that it is better to sort of give yourself 10 to make sure you don't mess it up. Like I said,
for sure,
you mess up one tick. If Florry messes up one tick right now, it could all go horribly wrong. If he goes bankrupt and his vassals declare war on him, all that coalition fires, he's gonna have a rough time. But he should probably pause. If we flip over to my point of view, I'll give you the sort of the lowdown on how Aldrahill's
You know what I
on.
actually forgot? It says in our challenge right here, it says subjects divisions count. That's what I forgot about. So PUs are actually important. Norway's troops count. Burgundy's troops count. Yep.
They do. I will say this. The phrase of the day with Aldrahill, especially with this, is sunken cost fallacy. He should have gotten out a while ago in a lot of these wars. And unfortunately, especially that first challenge, not restarting and digging his heels in, whilst admirable. In season 1, we saw that with Kara, which happened a lot. She definitely refused to restart. But unfortunately, that did lead to situations like this where now the situation just keeps on getting worse. We've got a high war enthusiasm Denmark, and he's going to want... This was the previous peace deal that he would offer. I've got it saved. Now he wants that. And personally, it's only going to get worse. It's going to get 100%. You've got to peace out. You got to take on the chin.
I think it was mostly an ally issue, man, rather than an economy issue.
I would like to hear from him to see why that was the decision that was made.
Yeah, with allies, he wouldn't be losing that much money in the first war with Denmark. He wouldn't be in this situation right here. It's just little things that add up, like the ports, the allies, and stuff like that.
Wait. Oh, he's gone bankrupt.
Oh, well, Let's get some F's in the chat,
F's in the
ladies and
chat.
gentlemen, for Aldrahill. For the second game running. Unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate.
Again, when you're up against someone like Flora, you got to try and play as close to the edge as possible. And unfortunately, sometimes this is where it leads you. At this point, I would restart and then just build from that.
Mm-hmm. True.
He did say restart and then said he was joking. No, he needs to... Aldrahill, buddy, I personally, if you want to get the best possible score on the board, restart. And then build up your divisions. I think at this point, I think that's what you got to do. Try and have a good go of it.
3 minutes left on the clock.
Your current score is 0. Well, it was actually 14. I don't know where they are. They're hiding here. Well, I think it's going downhill.
Well, there it is. In the province of Ladoga. He's just
They're
taking
still
a massive
hiding.
L.
Run! You can still put 14 points on the board. Run! Flee!
At this point, Flurry is just paused. I think he's maxed out. We can go back over to him to count his
If we have a
number
look
of
at Flurry,
troops.
we can have a look.
So his army is 253 units big. Plus 9,
That is a big
plus
stat.
19, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 3, plus 2, plus 4, plus 1. That's pretty much how many units he has. So this is like, let's say 30, 40,
I like how you just
maybe.
didn't do the maths. You just decided against
All
it.
right, I'll do it right now. All right, I got the calculator out. Okay,
All right.
let's be professional right here. 253 plus.
In the meantime, if you want to flip
9.
over to Aldrahill's point of view, we can see his nation explode. I think that's what everyone wants to watch.
Flurry's at 297. My prediction was pretty good. 3 units off.
297, yeah. Okay, I want to see this peace deal. What do they want? Come on, Aldrahill, accept it. Accept the peace deal.
He should just
I wanna see him.
wave the white flag.
He's got it. Just please, 92%. He's been stabbed here. He's gonna go. Wait, the rebels are gonna. Oh God. Oh my
no.
God.
Oh no. No.
If this one breaks, that will break everyone. Surely. I think all of them are about to break.
Pain.
Is he being stabbed hit? I think he's being stabbed hit. All right, let's have a look. 99 and well, there's Latgalia.
Pain, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, accept the peace deal.
Listen, do rebel troops count? That's what I want to know.
That is true. It still wouldn't matter. But is that do rebel troops count? Does it? Wait, when you say as Sweden, how many troops are you fielding? Does that? These are all technically Swedish troops, right?
Yeah, I mean they're in Sweden. You know,
They're
nobles,
from
they're Swedish
Sweden.
nobles. Yeah,
Dude, they've taken back his capital, which gives him a bit more war score. All right, we enter into the last minute,
final minute.
and we'll see what the numbers he puts on the board are. What's Sweden's starting army?
14K?
Oh no! Oh no!
No, don't say it.
No, please. No way.
Okay,
No,
come on.
not after an hour. Please, no way did he do worse than if he just restarted now.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's less. What's he at right now?
13.
Well, they
He's
start.
not even built up to his force limit. Yeah, let's start with 12.
Restart
Alright,
for
well,
an extra 1K.
We're not going to see this Danish peace deal, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, as we enter into the last 10 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And
There we
that's
go.
time
Right,
there,
so
ladies and
I
gentlemen.
will check the final count. The final score on the board for Aldrahill is 13. I think a little bit less than the 300k that we were expecting. But if we flip over to Florry's point of view, you can sort of give an overview of what's going on there.
Yep, so this is what Flurry ended up looking like. This is his realm, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of subjects divisions do count. He is on the verge of bankruptcy. If he lets a month take over, it's all over. All of the vassals are pretty much 100% disloyal, except for Norway. That's due to the events and stuff. And as I calculated earlier, he is at 297 regiments, basically 297,000 troops, including all of his subjects. Yes, including junior partners. Most of them are marches, a vassal, and 2 junior partners. Lots of troops from them, and an excellent play by Flurry. Pretty close to.
Let's get some
what
W's
some
in
of
the
you guys
chat,
were
lads.
in the chat.
For our
And clap it up
first
for
Master
Flurry.
of Universalis in the second season.
Congratulations.
Oh, man.
That was pretty nice.
That was, yeah. I mean, Florry played a good game. Aldrahill,
Yeah.
I think right from the start, the lack of allies has been detrimental, which is similar to the first one, where a poor choice
For sure.
potentially in the nation selection right early on has cost him that first game. The second game, no allies, potentially costing him there as well. Mate, I think we're out, man. After this, we're gonna go back to the host when
That's
it's just
it?
me, you, and the host, and I think we're over.
No,
Well, it's
Chat,
been a
pray for
pleasure
us.
casting this.
pray for us.
It's been an absolute
so
pleasure.
much fun, man.
It has. All right, let's
Yeah.
go over to the studio
That's
and
all I
we'll
can say.
go from there.
Well, no surprise there. Poor Aldrahill with that RNG, man. That's
Yeah.
oh my god, that was a little bit terrible. And I actually, Lath, when he was going through that first one, I kind of wondered the last time that I played Norway, I actually had allied England. And I almost wrote in our chat in the Discord because what happened was they were going to join in on my independence. However, they were under a junior partnership with Castile. So I almost wrote and I was like, can you go check to see if that's what happened to him? Because that would be so terrible if something like that had happened. It would
Well, I
just
think-
figure, you know?
I think within the 3 games that he played, or 2 games that he played, each time he decided to forego the allies.
Did that
So I'd
surprise
be very
you?
interested to see what. Oh, absolutely. Very, very surprising. Because it's not just the allies that you get during the war, which makes the war so much easier.
Right.
As we saw, he had to fight. He had to restart the first time because he couldn't win the war. It makes it easier going forwards as well, especially if you can get Poland or Burgundy in Florry's case. You've got allies going forwards, and that
around.
helps with coalitions and such. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially with that war. I mean, I think he did win the war the first time, right? The War for Independence, he did win it on his own the first time.
I think the first one he lost.
He did lose.
As far
Okay,
as
but
I'm
then
aware.
he restarted.
There was 1 loss and then
Okay.
2 wins for him. Yeah,
Okay, by himself. I mean, but it's always nicer to have allies on your side to be like, you know.
absolutely.
Red Hawk, what did you think of what happened here with Flurry and Aldra?
I think Aldrahill's mistake was not getting allies. That was the main issue that caused his bankruptcy in the first run, and then that's why he couldn't win the wars in the second run. Sure, you do get some really nice military modifiers if you win the war yourself, but that wasn't that important here. The allies were more important to help you beat up some of the guys around you and potentially get Burgundy, as we saw in Florry's case. So yeah,
Yeah, that was
definitely
amazing.
he should have gone with allies. I think that was a mistake.
Red Hawk, to kind of follow up on what we talked about from you as an, outstanding observer, unbiased, unburdened. How important do you think it is after something like this to have excuses? In Aldra's
Very.
case, right? There was
It's the
some
most
RNG
important
stuff,
thing.
but like just to save some dignity, making sure that there are excuses, that's important, right? That would be your.
I mean, first, when you get the challenge, think of an excuse why
Yeah.
you'd lose,
Yeah.
then think of the strategy. That's what you got to do.
I mean, I wouldn't know anything about that, so I think we'd have to ask Aldrahill directly. Personally, my own experiences have been very valid reasons. I wouldn't call them excuses.
Of course.
Sunlight, bird, everything. It's pretty bad.
All right. Well, thank you so much to both of our casters, Red Hawk and Lath. We appreciate you both.
It's been a pleasure.
It has. It's been
And
so
a
much fun.
privilege.
It has. It's been so much fun. You guys have made this such a great season with your casting. So thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Night. And hello, it's our players. So
Yes.
Florry, congratulations. You are our next master of Universalis. How you feeling?
Thank you. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It feels very nice.
You did not surprise me, I have to say. I was actually thinking probably about 300K myself that he was going to do. So very nice job.
I would have ended up at like 10.
So what did you think? So Flurry, what did you think about that Burgundian? How did that feel?
Well, that was the gamble, and that was pretty good. I mean,
So that was what you were going to go for. Okay.
yeah, and the H3 Emperorship, and so when you win the war in Sweden, you get the 644, right? And he died in like 6 months, and I was like, oh god.
Yeah, the look on your face was like, oh my god, what do I do now? And you were you a little scared when Austria was like, mine? No.
No, I wasn't scared. I figured I would probably just. I was building some galleys so that I could block the strait and just wait it out. I didn't think that would be a problem, but I was very worried when I got a female heir at one point, and then I was like, oh, if I die now, I lose the emperorship, and that's 40,000 units gone. So that was a little spooky.
And Ghibli was in the chat going, oh no, because for one of her games, Austria
did not do what they needed to do.
They did not. So she was like, oh no, she still got that grudge going on.
Uldra, do you need a hug, buddy? Do you need?
Yeah, I'm gonna quote Lath. I think there was a light in my eye. I think that's
Pigeon, hit your window, friend.
I mean, it's one of the, it seemed like you had a rough time.
Do rebels count for the score?
They did actually ask that. Did you hear them actually ask
No, I didn't.
Without knowing the amount of rebels, I feel like we can probably allow that, and I don't think it would have been enough.
It wouldn't have mattered, but
yeah.
No.
So
it doesn't say
I actually was bankrupt
division,
at the very end.
So
that's true.
So one question I have, Aldra, one question that actually the casters had also was, why no allies? When you went to go for your war for independence, why no allies?
I wanted that beautiful event for doing it yourself, and in all my tests, I just did it so well. I was perfectly fine without allies. Just beat them, get the wonderful event that gives you a bunch of lovely bonuses, and then just chain from there. And it was going fine, but it's that little ticking amount of loans that leads to bankruptcy. And if you don't keep an eye on that, turns out you go bankrupt.
It's the streamer curse, Aldrahill. I'm telling you.
I mean, it's and also let's not beat around the bush that it is always harder to do it live.
It is. Yeah, to have that pressure and know that people are watching. It's like no pressure, but lots of pressure. I mean, that and you guys, you were Aldrahill, both of you, were going on speed 5. So how much more pressure did that put on you, Aldra, to actually have to continuously be at that speed?
Massively. I mean, you think I'd be used to it at this point because I got the little pause key on my keyboard. I don't know what was wrong with me. I kept hitting F12 instead, so sometimes I was pausing and unpausing and not pausing. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Definitely got to me.
F12 was like the screenshot button, right?
Yeah,
it was up in I was getting screenshots like.
So you have essentially a collection of all of the worst moments where you're like, shit, I have to pause screenshot. Very.
Right.
Well, Aldra, I mean, you did get to the final. So there is that. You were final too. So congratulations for doing that. And Flurry, hopefully,
thank you.
Congratulations again for your win. And we would hope to have you back for our next season of Masters.
Oh, we got a thumbs up. Okay.
We got a thumbs up.
That I'm just slightly worried that we'll have a harder time getting more players now. It's like, oh, Flurry just.
Oh no! But
it's fine. We'll figure out a way to sabotage Flurry's computer. We'll see what we can do.
Just put it up very hard when I'm not looking.
Yeah. Well, regardless, it has been a pleasure watching both of you take on our challenges, both of the highs, but I'll be honest, sometimes also the spectacular lows that has happened when things did not go according to plan.
Absolutely. So thank you to you both, and we will let you go for tonight, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy.
That was another great season.
Yes, it was. And that is the end of this year for Speed 5, actually. This is our final stream this year, and it feels really good to go out on
such a high note.
Exactly.
Yes, but guys, this is not the end for Speed 5 for the year. Even though we will not be here hosting and we won't have any of this, we do have our YouTube, so go ahead, make sure to check that out. I know that Kenora should be downloading all of our videos onto there.
I'm doing edits.
And also, go ahead and join our Discord, guys. Be a part of our community. We really would like everybody to be in there. We also, if you want to try to do even better than Aldra or Flurry, feel free to go in and play the challenges. They are posted. Leave a screenshot in EU4 discussions, and then, you could be here for the next Masters of Universalis playing Flurry. I mean, just having, being able to play with someone like Flurry, I feel is worth it in and of itself.
I will let you stand by that statement because I like to pretend that I'm okay at EU4, which I'm not.
So, and then also, go ahead, join our Discord, and you'll be able to be around a whole bunch of people that do like these events, and we have tons of other things on there as well. And also, you will be notified about our upcoming events. One of them, so the thing that we will be coming back with at the end of January is a Hoi 4 event called Commanders in Conflict.
Commanders in Conflict. It is our 1v1 duel. We did a remote version, I'm just going to say just like last week.
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
It was actually it was 10 days ago. It was excellent. That is currently going up on YouTube. If you missed it, you can, of course, also watch it on the Twitch VODs. It's coming back. It's going to be bigger than ever, which, incidentally, is kind of like how I'd like to flavor 2023 when it comes to Speed 5. Bigger than ever.
Yes, absolutely. And, we'll be coming back, and we won't have this little, Christmas break that we have going on.
Exactly.
So it'll be many more streams. So make sure, guys, stay tuned and go ahead and join all of our socials, including that Discord, and then you get to talk to us all.
Exactly. Do you want to know a secret?
I would love to know a secret.
So, Masters of Universalis Season 3, thinking of maybe 6 players instead?
Yeah, that'll be even better.
Also, I'm thinking February 6th.
February 6th is a good date. We will be back here. So on behalf of all of us here at Speed5, everyone, thank you for joining us. Happy holidays, and we will see you all back at the end of January. Bye, everybody.